of the safe lane that's going to boot the treant out effectively.
I mean, early dispel can maybe be helpful just to secure those kills, like things like Enchantress, things like
hello. Okay, hello man.
We did see Enchantress have
Visit Gaming versus Team Spirts.
somebody else.
ပွဲကနေအားလုံးကြိုးစိုးလိုက်ပါတယ်အဲ့တော့เนาะဒီပွဲက Visit Gaming တော့မနေ့ကကြည့်တလောက်ကတော့ဘာမှတော့တိတ် trade မလုပ်ကြနိုင်လူစင်းကတော့ဒါကိုရီနဲ့ TV သားအဲ့လိုအောက်နေဘာညာဆိုပေမဲ့เนาะမနေ့က party နဲ့ပွဲမှာတော်တော်ကြီးဝီတယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီပွဲလဲseparate 2ဒီမယ်လို့တော့ထင်တာပဲကြည့်ရအခုတော့ separate ကောဘယ်လိုအခြေအနေရှိလဲ
and you dispel the living armor, which is a lot of his early game potential. And you also don't really like a lot of supports are afraid to like walk through the jungle against tree because they will die to a tree +1, and Enchantress is one of those that won't.
We got the Hoodwink and the Mars removed by Vici Gaming in the second ban phase.
Mars is a weird ban. I know it's collapsed and everything, and he is good at finding treant because the arena destroys the trees. But I don't know. I think Mars has just been severely underwhelming in the past few months. Quite the respect ban, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be one of those situations where you know you're gonna
just no, အဲ့တော့ဒီဘ separate ကလည်းဆိုတော့မဆိုပါဘူးသူတို့ Mipush ကပြန်ရထားတဲ့ကိစ္စတော့တော်တော် fine.
We kind of have to take this hero out because Bulwark versus heroes like maybe Gyrocopter or Wind Ranger that could come out. You don't want to deal with that. And I believe Vici were in a situation where they picked Wind Ranger to flex it and ended up having to shift to an Ursa, and that didn't look good. So maybe just secure Shiro's game was what we talked about.
Didn't look good is because when you were flexing it, you
Chernobyl မပါတော့တော်တော်ပြောနေပြီဟေးနော် Chernobyl နေတကယ်ရိုးတာကြည့်ရ
it's like they have a life stealer
အဲ့တော့ Yatoro Moblin တွေပါတယ်ပြန်ကြည့်ရင် Yatoro Moblin လို့နော် Yatoro ရဲ့ AM တွေပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီ hero တွေပြန်မဟုတ်လာတာကြီးဆို
like you have to solve this
problem. Hacker တွေပျောက်ချက်ပဲတောက်ချောက်ပျောက်တော့တစ်နှစ်လုံးကြီးနော်2016မှာ Hacker တွေဘယ်မှသိမစော
do damage through BKB, then we just have to move the Wind Ranger, and that's an example of if their draft is a bit more well-rounded, then it's like okay, what lane do we prefer? And that ends up being a more free-flowing idea of your draft.
Speaking of free-flowing, I feel like Largo is a free spirit.
He is. I agree with that.
He goes with the flow.
Yeah.
He's a viber for sure.
He really is.
And that's the idea versus treant is we're gonna have a dispel.
Separate ဘာလို့ချင်လာကိုလာကိုလေးရတော့ရပါအမို့လာကို support လားကလောလာကို support လာလဲမဆိုဒါမဲ့နော်တခုအရေးအကြောင်းဆိုစတန်မရှိတော့ဘူးပြီးတော့ damage အရင်တော့မတော့အာကိုကလောက support ယူ
He's had some really strong games on it, and the only issue with it is that it needs time. But again, Spirit or maybe like it doesn't matter. We'll find that one mid-game fight. We're okay to go slower on our lanes.
Yeah, what is the... I mean, it's not really threatening to push Treant's tower. It looks like you're more content to just trade farm. It's more of a push out the lane, go back to his
okay, and I'm a Stone Spirit. ASM Stone Spirit. ကောင်းတယ်ခုနကပြောလို့ပဲကလောဝနဲ့လာကိုဖြစ်နေတာဆိုတော့ Stone Spirit လေးရမှာဆို
for the XM Storm Spirit. I was very curious about the mid lane dynamic for this series. I would be curious if Lara is willing to whip out the Huskars or the Necros. This is not a hero that's flexed. You can definitely punish Storm Spirit in lane. They might just go for the Ember like a lot of other teams do. But I think there's a lot of options to potentially punish this. And I feel like Liquid last series did not respect a player like Lornoff. When you like Misha, I'll give you Ember, I'll give you Pop against Lornoff's Necro.
ပျောက်နေတဲ့ hero ကြီး Skyward မခန့်ဘူးကလောပါနေတော့ Skyward မရွေးရသေးတယ်နော်နည်းနည်းတော့ enemy များတယ်ကလောမိသွားပြီဆိုတော့ Skyward မချက်လှုပ်မြပြူမြတကူချီတာအခုနောက်ပိုင်းကလောဝတ်တွေကတော့ဒီမှာ battery အစောတည်းမစော့ဘူးဆိုတော့ဟိုလို solo ပြင်းတာတွေပါတော့တိတ်လှုပ်လို့မရဖိလို့ရရင်လောက်ပဲနော်အရင်တော့ဆိုရင်တော့ Skyward မေးတို့ပါတော့ဆိုရင်ကလောဝတ်ပဲသွားတို့လိုတက်လို့ရတယ်စပိုရာချင်းချင်း
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Team Spirit is a coddle team. I'm not sure if that's up Notme's wheelhouse. Now Skywrath Mage, that is an interesting pick. I'm wondering what their idea behind. Have we seen any Skywrath Mage?
I've
seen it myself.
At least not on the
In theory, it's good for bursting Largo, but then at the same time, it's really bad against Largo if you're not going on Largo because.
Option here. Going is here to die. Oh, like I'm teaching Charlie. I don't know.
Because whoever gets silenced into ulted by Skywrath just gets licked. Yeah, it's a kind of a weird choice for me. I'm wondering what Zinky's
ကဲ
thinking.
နောက်မှာတော့ဝဲ
I
လို့
think
လာ
it's
ကို
fine
off ဖြစ်သွား
for me
ပြီပါ
because
ကောလပ်လာကို
You know how earlier we were talking about having a clear
ကောလပ်
idea
လာ
of
ကို
what it is
နော်
that
တော့
you
ဝဲ
want to
လို့
do,
ဖိုး
and they had
Flow
this
of
idea.
fun.
We have this jump
အကျွန်တော် hero
of
ကျန်နေ
storm
သေးတယ်
plus 1 damage dealer, and we're just gonna really simplify it with the Skywrath Mage. We're gonna have the burst.
မနေ့ကတော့ကျွန်တော် physical game ကတော့အဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့လေဘာလုပ်ချင်လို့လုပ်ချင်မှမသိပဲနဲ့နော်မနေ့ကကျွန်တော် parry ကိုတော့
That first smoke
နှစ်ပွဲ
with the
သူတို့
Storm
ရှင်း
Spirit,
မ
we know
စော
we're
င့်
gonna
ပြော
have kill threat if Sky is 6.
အဲ့ဒီပွဲကတော့
To
Skyward
me,
Stone
that is
Sprint နဲ့အဲ့လိုန
better
ည်းန
than
ည်း line
just
line ပဲ
picking
ပုံ
up
စံ
Storm
မျိုး
Spirit
မှာ
and
ရှိ
thinking, oh, he's gonna carry us through the mid game.
Yeah, that's fair. I think
ကို
the
ကြီးတန်း
reason
ကြီးချလာတယ်
the reason Skyrim
တန်း
Mage is
ကြီး
not
ဒါပေမဲ့
super popular right now is
ရှိ
because
နေတာကတော့
he's a
physical game
mental
hero လေးတွေကပုံများကြီးရနိုင်မှာ
Skyrim
နော်
Mage playing
Skyward
from the
Stone
floor
Sprint
is-
နဲ့
He's meant to ruin the carry's life, and I think that's very
ဖိတ်
difficult.
ပြီးရင်ပါဆို
to
ဖိတ်ပြီးရင်
pull
dome
off
breaker တွေပါ
right
ကောင်း
now.
တယ်ပွဲ
They oftentimes either heal the carry substantially, like the IO last series,
Stone Sprint and
or heroes
Togeto.
like Clock and Treant that draw a lot of attention to themselves. So I have to imagine that's why we don't see too much Sky. I think the hero's still, like, theoretically strong. Terrorblade, it's a pretty good blind pick, meaning you do know your lane, but you don't see your carry to carry matchup. A lot of the heroes that Terrorblade doesn't want to play against, like the Drow, are either not good or they're worth banning in the first round. You don't have a lot of these like Zeuses and Tinkers in the mid lane meta right now, so I was
Yeah, now
hoping to
my
see more
Terrorblade.
Terrorblade. He is effectively a ranged carry.
Hack carry တွေမမြင်အောင်ပြောလိုက်လေ
Lane
ဗျာ
pairings with
Chiro
Treant
Terrorblade.
Protectors and the Clockworks. I like the pick. I think it's good for Shiro. I
Dome
think it
breaker
fits
လို့
his
ကောင်းမျိုးတော့
playstyle.
10 Dome breaker တို့ and the
I
law
like the Terrorblade here.
နော်
Yeah.
physical game ဘက်က
I think versus Largo on lane. I
ငါကမှ
really
တူး
like
သည်
the hero
ဟာ
that
ငါကမှ
needs to
တကယ်
kind of
ကျန်းနေပြီ
burst with a lot of
နော်ငါက
single
မှ
target damage.
Sustained
the
damage.
price သူနဲ့လို့တခြားဘောတွေမှာမကျန်းသေးတာအခု e-sport world cup မှာလည်းနော် price သူများတော့ပြန်လာပြီ TI လည်းသူတို့ qualify ထားတယ်ငါမှမရှုံးနဲ့
difficult to actually run into them in that mid game. But
တကယ်ဆိုရင်ရမှာ
just
OG
throw
ဖြစ်တယ် OG
everything
က
on
တော်
target
ကြာ
and
သွား
take
တာ
him
OG
out exists to solve Largo in that sense. I also think that the strength of Largo is that he's got high armor and high damage. So on
ဟုတ်
lane,
မနေ့က Fatili လောက်ကွက်ပြောတယ်ဒီနေ့တော့ Fatili ရဲ့ Skyward Mage ကိုကြည့်ရ
Terrorblade is not an easy hero.
ကဲ
to
ရ
CS
တူက
against
ဒီဘက်မှာကျွန်တော်
in
clean
melee
ban
form.
နေအဲ့တော့အဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့လေရတူအဲ့လိုစစ်တမ်းတွေတော့အစား hack carry တွေမစောတော့ဘူးဆိုတော့ဒါမှ hack carry ပေါ်ဖို့ကတော့နည်းနည်းခက်တယ်တဲ့မှာဟိုသူတို့စောရနေကြ Medusa လိုကောင်မျိုးတွေ Moblin လိုကောင်မျိုးတွေဒါညီလေးတို့
Skyrim Mage is going to remain
ကိုကြီးတို့စောနေကြ
pushable
ပဲဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ hero တွေကမစောတော့ဘူးခု
because
တော့
every time I just will approach
ဟိုမနေ့ကဆိုလည်းစစ်တမ်းတွေက live တီလာတွေပါနဲ့ live ရိုက်တယ်ရှုပ်လို့
Skyrim Mage. What is Zincu going to do? Is he going to roam on mid really early and try to shut down Laurel's early game and gives XM the playmaking potential that he was kind of lacking yesterday due to the setup they had in the draft? If that's what they're going to do and
Win ran တယ်သူလား ban တာတော့မှအဲ့လို hack carry တွေမဟုတ်တော့အဲ့လို fighting carry တွေပဲ ban
for
တယ်
itself, then that would make a lot of sense to me. I'm curious what their last pick.
white တို့ဘာလို့လဲ
Because I
ban
have
လုပ်ပေးတာ
very particular opinions on Skywrath Mage, and I do think the hero isn't in a very strong place competitively, but I also think if you're picking Skywrath Mage, you have to be a player like Zincu.
အဲ့တော့ဒီမှာ fake ကကိုလည်းပြောတယ် Dome breaker တော့ဆို Stone Sprint နဲ့စောရင်ဒါမှမဟုတ် and the law တွေပါလေကောင်းတော့
You have to play like a pseudo core if you're really gonna pop off on this hero. He's not like a sit back and cast spells every once in a while kind of support. There's so many supports that do better than him. But if you're pulling some shenanigans and you get a really good start, the hero looks good. So I kind of believe in it in the hands of Zincu, or I probably wouldn't say that if anyone else picked it.
What does that
Sandor.
look like though in terms of I understand what you're saying.
Skyward
Early
Miss
start.
Sandor
Okay,
နော်
early
lane
start.
နေရ
Early
damage
start.
တကယ်ညာ
Gotcha. So it's a little bit of that mid game like farming mixed
Yeah,
in
yeah.
with not always going for plays basically.
Yeah.
Alchemist တို့တော့မဆိုဘူးဘာလို့ set up ပြီးလို့ရတယ် Alchemist
Like
က
a nice generic offlane pick when you know it's likely a ranged carry because they've got the Clockwork 5. Centaur does quite well against a lot of the range carry. I feel like it's weird that they banned Wind
I
Ranger
can't
and
assume
then
so.
picked
I
Centaur
mean,
because Centaur I think is
I don't know,
unplayable for
pay
Wind
them,
Ranger 'cause
no?
the Focus Fire is
ဟိုတန်ဟို view ဘာလို့ဘာလို့ကျွန်တော်ပြေးတယ် set up နှစ်ခုပြေးလိုက်
so that's a bit peculiar to me. I'm wondering if we might see like a Yatoro Morphling or something like this. It's going to be a bit susceptible to the silences, but I think like an early
Oh, the no
Manta
delay
buyer
why, bro.
that's ranged would make sense to me. Luna.
Based on the tier list you guys made on the first day, this tier list might therefore already have changed. Nature's Prophet is still
That
fairly
would
high
work.
up there.
ဟုတ်တယ်6ပွဲမှာ9ပွဲနိုင်ရှုံးတဲ့တဲ့ရတယ် aura life stealer
Different
အခုန
direction.
ပြောနေလို့ပဲညီလေးတို့ဘာလို့ကစားဒီလို hero တွေစော့နေပြီနော်ဒီမှာရတူလည်း life stealer
I actually think Life Stealer will
ကောင်းတော့
struggle
ကောင်း
a
နေ
bit.
အဓိကတော့ life stealer ပြောတော့နော် တန်တော့ Skyward Mage ကိုအရင်ကြောက်ဖို့မလိုတော့ပြီးတော့ Sandor ကိုလည်း hair လို့ရတယ်
Like yesterday
ပြီးတော့နောက်ပိုင်းကျွန်တော် Ember တွေပါတယ်ပြေတူ Claw ဝတ်တယ်
I thought
ဖြစ်ကြီးကမရတော့အဲ့လို fighting carry တွေပဲစော့ကြတော့
I I think that this is like a 7 out of 10 lifestealer pick for Yatoro. I think it does offer them a win condition, but I think that
ဆက်ကွက်ပြောင်းနေတာဘာမှ line ကအကောင်းကြီးဒီဘက်မှာ
if I were
Like
going purely off the
these
drafts
are
and I could not see the teams, I would prefer to be Vici, I think, for this one.
I agree. I really like what Centaur gives them in terms of an early pipe. Lifestealer does give them that physical damage and the scaling that they need to fight into Vici, and of course Rage versus Terrorblade.
separate ပဲ separate 2 စီးကြိုက်တယ် busy game ကြီးကလိုအပ်ချက်အများကြီးရှိသေးတယ်ကို့အမြင်တော့
But
မနေ့က Paris game 2ဆိုပို့တည်တာ lane ထဲမှာသူတို့တာတော့ Paris ရဲ့ AC 9ကိုလောက်လိုက်9ကို9ကိုချရင်ဘာမှမလုပ်တတ်တော့
and you don't let this
ဆို
lifestealer
တော့ final G တွေအဲ့လိုမျိုးတယောက်ချင်းစီရဲ့ individual တွေကတော့ဟာနေတော့မယ်ကို့အမြင်တော့ separate 2 စီးဒီပွဲလဲ drop ပြန်ကြည့်ရလဲ separate ဘက်မှာ60လောက်တော့ရှိတယ် drop က
in the first 3 or 4 levels. I think that's exactly what Zinq wants when he picks Skywrath Mage, and I think there's
ဒီက
potential
claw what တွေ MR တွေနဲ့
if top lane goes
အဲ့ဒီက info ဝင်ပြီးလိုက်ရိုက်မဲ့ကွာ
Team Spirit that also bleeds into
ရုံရတယ်ဆိုတော့ busy game ကြီးကအဲ့လောက်ကောင်းမနေတာ
momentum will heavily determine this game like it has been for a lot of the matches we've seen thus far this tournament, and if Shiro's given a free farm, I think that XM or Vici and the rest of their lineup will be able to capitalize quite well on an early lead. They have objective taking, they have pick off, they have good wave clear. So yeah, I mean, I think that both teams have a win condition, but I think it's all about Team Spirits slowing it down and Vici ramping it up.
And for me, the big question mark right now for Vici is, did they fix their atrocious laning from yesterday? Because the talk that we had about their draft, if they lose their safe lane and Largo gets a good start, then it's not going to be very relevant, and they're going to have to be playing on the back foot, going for a comeback, and that's not what you want in picking Treant plus Terrorblade.
Indeed.
ဝေးမတွေ့ရကြဟုတ်ပါကျွန်
It
တော်
is
ဒီ
indeed.
ပိုရှေ့က
So laning stage
ဒီ
has to
playoff
be
တွေဟို
going
PI
well.
qualifier တွေမပြတတ်
Going
တယ်
to have a good shot
And,
in this game. We feel like they drafted kind of well, so I'm kind of
duration and လေးတော့မစိုးလား
on this one. I am curious.
ဒီ
on
ကတော့မ
Storm
ပြော
versus
တတ်
Ember. I want to touch
အဲ့
on
တော့
Alex
busy game ကိုကတော်တော်အထင်သေးသွားတာမနေ့ကကြည့်တယ်အဲ့တော့ဒီပွဲလဲ separate အပြည့်ကြီးအုပ်မယ်ထင်တယ်
where it, I think it's supposed to be even.
Yeah, the lane itself is pretty even. I'd say the lane slightly favors Storm, and then the game favors Ember.
Because that's where I feel like a difference can be made, with also potential rotations coming out. Skywrath is a very fast hero. It can tip the scales in the favor of Vici Gaming.
Yeah, if Vici Gaming ends up in a spot where Bach is just chill farming top and Skywrath Mage is roaming on mid, I think that favors them heavily.
Well, we are gonna find out which team will take the lead in this 2-game series between Vici Gaming and Team Spirit, as it seems like Yatoro has found some friends.
အော် raise ကြီးယူလိုက်ရပြီဟော
Thank you, Shane.
အဲ့ဒါမှသိသွားတော့မတန်တော့
He's going to get stomped up, lick up as well.
Oh, yeah.
Everything in between. He will survive on half HP. As we begin game number 1 between Vici Gaming and Team Spirit, we watched Team
အဲ့
Spirit
ဒီ1 win ကို
yesterday.
ပြောသေးလား1 win အဲ့ဒိုတာထားပဲသီလား
Pretty good. I would,
ဒီတိုင်ဝင်းမှာအေး1 win ကိုတော့မရှုံနေပါဘူးဆိုတော့ organization ရဲ့အပြစ်တစ်ခုရောက်အားလုံးက fresh ဖြစ်သွားတဲ့ပုံစံမျိုး အဲ့ဒါကိုရှိတယ်ပြတန်တော့အရင်တည်းကလည်းကောင်းပြီးသားဆိုတော့1 win ကကြောက်ကမယ် organization အသစ်ရောက်သွားရင်အသင်းနဲ့ခင် hero တွေတူတူပဲနောက်အခု LGD ပေါ့လေ LGD နဲ့1 win ကဒီထားမယ်အသင်းအသင်းပဲ organization အသစ်အောက်ရောက်သွားတော့အရင်ကြိုးစားပြရတယ်
So at least for now on the bounties, nothing really too crazy happening. You've got a 2-for-2 split. But yeah, the Skywrath Mage is a bit of an interesting pick. It's not a hero you see very often. Of course, he's very fast. He has very good early laning, so I love that. But this hero has always had the same issues. There's so many things that counter you. Glimmer, Force Staff, any items, pipes, really. It's
any item.
Like, it's literally any saving item. Illusion heroes kind of own you, luckily for him.
Really
even Largo, I think if you're not silencing Largo himself, he'll just lick it off and he's gonna be a-okay. So I'm looking at Zinq at least for this early game. I want to see them pop off up here.
Okay. Well, later in the game, I feel like they have a couple. Flares off. The electric vortex, the overgrowth. Not the worst. Not like a cataclysm or anything, but Mystic Flare can certainly delete heroes.
That's definitely what.
Certainly delete heroes.
That's definitely what they will want to be playing for. Like you said, they do have quite a bit of setup for that. So it's just important, like, can Collapse not be in those moments? Because if you just lick off both, like, the Ancient Seal, like, that's already enough. There's so much bonus damage that you're going to miss out.
My question is for Yatoro, are you relying on the lick Or do you need to go for a Manta or something like that?
I guess we'll just have to see what his item build is gonna be, right? But most likely it is just gonna be perhaps the Radiance Armlet that we saw.
အဲ့ကောင်းပါလေလို့ YouTube လေးတစ်ခုဖွင့်ထားတာဝိုင်းလေ
yesterday.
ဟုတ်
There is a lot of nice, like, good things that you would get from a Desolator, but I think when you're playing Lifestealer into TB, Radiance is just very nice overall for you. Just give yourself like a little bit of hybrid damage.
Let's see, Jin
ကျွန်တော်
Q.
creeping ကတော့ရရကျွန်တော် creeping တိတ်အစင်မ
Get
ပြေ
away
ဘူးဗျ
with in this.
ကြမြောင်းဟေးကျွန်တော်တို့ခဏလေး920နဲ့ပဲခဏကြည့်ထားလိုက်မယ်နော်
See how much harassment he can get away with in this top lane.
အဲ့တော့ကြာ
Playing the clockwork this time around. And our boy, Faith Beyond,
Oh, yeah.
aka Bach on the Centaur.
I'm looking at him also to redeem himself a little bit. I would say especially the Largo game he had the other day was very uninspiring and way under his like usual impact that that you expect him to have. But yeah, Jin Q should have a good laning stage. You're just very fast, especially against the clock. You're against a double melee because you also.
Oh, the life dealer creeping in the way. I mean,
I think yeah.
Gain or gone
carry
with the
match
life
into
dealer,
TB
don't
is
matter.
not in your favor, but the thing that's
Look,
very
if
going
we
on
like
for the
don't
Duck is
make on them,
actually
yeah.
quite difficult to kill these heroes. Like you have Ember with Flame Guard, Lifestealer can be tanky, you have Largo saving each other, you've got the defensive infest, so it's Warren V
ခဏပါပဲကျွန်တော်9မိနစ်နေပြတ်တင်နေ
to burst through one guy.
ဟွာနည်းနည်း line ဘလို့ကြားတယ်ဒီဘက်မှာမကြောက်ဘူး
Blood, not me. Gets the gold for that. I have to remember
Oh,
that
well,
throughout
not
this
it.
game, of course.
Chroma error တယ်
And other than the ancient seal, what
Microsoft
else can the
and
Lynx
Quincy
take care of? You got the living armor.
Yeah, very good one.
I mean, it works against
Overgrowth.
overgrowth.
Yeah,
Overgrowth,
she-
Ancient Seal, and
Now,
some reflection
If you
maybe
get the
later.
shard, the lick won't dispel yourself still, right?
Correct. It's only
15 and
there's
4
gonna be
for Laura. I mean-
your items and what your later on you get the double lick talent. You know, if you're into the licking stuff, then that's
Yep,
gonna be
of
good
course,
with the 20
everybody's into
talent.
that at some point in their life, but I think Lotus has got to be the big item.
Oh yeah.
We're going to grab the water rune pretty much uncontested.
No,
We'll see what the
throw all of it
rotations
down.
look like at the 6-minute mark for that first power rune. Shiro,
ဟုတ်ကွာတကယ်ဆိုင်ပြနေတာငါတော့တော်လေးအချိန်ရောက်ပါမလားဆိုတော့အေးစစ်စစ်ပါပဲ
let's get
တော်လေးက
Ghana, but is going to be perfectly fine. How does this feel in terms of a
တော်လေးအချိန်ရောက်နေဒီဘွဲကဘယ်လိုပြောမလဲ separate ကကျုံးလို့တော့ရပါ
A TV game, I would say.
I mean, historically against Lifestealer late game, it's pretty good, right?
No, you have a good matchup into the Lifestealer. You're also pretty good against Clock. I think Willow can be both ways, but
ပြန်ခံလိုက်တော့ဟာဆိုးလိုက်တာကွာ
I think Willow can be both ways, but
1080ကွာမတ်30လားမ50လားယူထားတာ
Illusions.
1080လုံးလို့မရပါဘူးတဲ့အဲဒီဘက်မှာကျတော့လေ line စစ်ကြည့်လိုက်တော့လေ line က
really ever in threat of getting solo killed. It's more about what I'm looking at is the Largo Ember. Like usually TB suffers against the mids and the offlane heroes because it's more about the magic damage, the spells, there's like more spell items or auras. As Shiro in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, pops the Fairy Fire to try to stay alive. Obviously has all that physical armor. Now the living armor on top of that. Nice
အော်
block
ရရှိရ
from
မသေးပါ
wide. Is that going to be enough? The Shadow Realm not going to have enough vision to finish the job, so Shiro will survive.
That's nicely done. Good fogging and of course the living armor. So it would be nice also if you have why that he can clap a creep to give some HP to his boy.
အဲ့ lane နေရတော့ဒီဘက် VG game ကဆိုတော့မစလားမင်းရလည်းအဲ့လိုသူတို့ lane တာလည်းပြီးသွားရင် VG game ကဘာမှမလုပ်တတ်ဘူး
Shiro, a bit of a weird
Okay,
spot. Gets
Shiro,
linked back into the fray. This is
now
what
Madawelo,
Madawelo,
yeah,
he's gonna
Shiro
fall
relay.
here. That's a huge kill for Spirit. He's going to come back to lane with no meta. And obviously the death. We saw Shiro kind of, well, not to put it bluntly, but feeding yesterday relentlessly. it
This
feels
the
like.
SF, yeah. But that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was a nice connection by not me. Like finding the
Yeah,
Brando
yeah.
behind Shiro, who had an illusion up at the same time, that's not an easy feat at all. And it's, I still feel like Largo is, he's getting disrespected when it comes to the laning stage. Like this hero
မနေ့ကတော့ calling ကွာငါပြော1080အောင်ထားလို့မရဘူးဆိုတော့တော်တော်ဆိုးလိုက်
expected when it comes to the laning stage. Like this hero is not a weak laner if he can play aggressive. This is a double melee lane. You have the strongest support. I think that's usually also what tips it like over the edge. Just not me on this Dark Willow in a very good Dark Willow lane. Like there's nothing pressuring you really. So that collapse definitely up to a very, very good start here with the first active rune.
ကဲကျွန်တော်6မိနစ်ပေါ်တော့တိုင်းမယ်
Level
ဆုံး
six.
ပြစစ်တော့ရှိတယ်အေးစံ
Laurel looking for the rune will get
ဒီနေ
the
နေစဉ်း
shield.
စား
As XM will be forced out. First rune going the way of
အ
Spirit.
ပေါ်မှာတော့ရတော့ free ဖြစ်သွားပြီเนาะချိန်ကြလာနေမြ easy
one, and I guess Centaur wins that for now.
Yeah, we're probably not going to see too much pressure. Like, what's going to happen is top lane is either Jinkyu can find a nice timing on like a silence where they, you know, kind of surprise Yotaro. Is semi what they are kind of looking for right now, but I think other than that, you can just have Jinkyu look at potentially other lanes. I think him and XM going together is quite good for Vici, but of course they didn't get the active rune, so XM, he doesn't really have any resources to work with.
And Jin Q, we'll see how fast he can get.
အဲ့
level
ကွာလတီ
six.
က
I
လည်း
feel
ပြင်း
like
တော့ပြင်းတယ်
his
နော်
lifesteal
ကျွန်တော်
ancient
ပြ
seal
ရ
is
ပူကောင်း
insanely good as
ဟော
long
မ
as
သားရကြ
Collapse
တယ်
is not in the area.
Yeah,
Get some early pickoffs on.
ဟုတ်တယ်
the
ဒီကောင်မ share ချိုး
and they definitely do need that.
အဲ့ဘော်ရိုင်း sorry ပါကျွန်တော် resolution တော့နည်းနည်းလေးချထားတယ် line က10နာရီကိုလာကြ
As Ru is being very annoying. I mean, they're offering Laurel over as well, who's very strong on the Ember.
Yeah, they're stealing, so they're gonna get both runes actually.
This is a little bit too easy. I mean, very nice.
အေးနော်မိုးတွေပဲအရင်ပြောတယ်ကိုကတော့ true နဲ့ 5PP ကိုကမုံတီး 5PP မတက်တော့ဖြုတ်တော့ဖြုတ်လိုက်
You posture your body.
5PP ကဘာလဲတကူကြီးဆောက်တော့မလို့ဘာလို့လဲ
just ran straight back to the mid lane.
I have to ask the question
Yeah,
everybody's wondering.
Yeah.
Kazu, how many chainmails is Ru
လို့
gonna eat?
Elvis mini လင်းတာတို့ပါတော့သွားပြီ
So how long do we think this game is gonna go? I'm gonna go with
Solid.
0. Ask me again when we get to 58 minutes.
I mean, even at that point, I don't think it's worth
It's
it.
true. You're support. You have to like play offlane clockwork at some point. You need an offlane clockwork game at minute 78, which you'll never see because the hero's too goated as a
ဟို
support.
နှစ်သိန်းတော့ easy ပဲကျွန်တော်ခုနကနှစ်ကောင်မရှိ
They're
ဘူး
no, I mean, they're no strangers to the late game, though.
No, they definitely are not. But if I look at Ru's net worth, that's kind of sad. Like sub 1k. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Searing chains with the bramble
Yeah,
nearby.
Jin and Shura chill, they are
Not
so
up
great.
quite yet. The zip
Man up and it's Jenny သေးတယ်အိဆန် grenade ချိုးပြီးရောက်
goes away to not Mi's
ဒီ game ကပုံမှန်ပဲကွာအဲ့လို side နေဆန်းဆန်းမြင်မှာ
on the
ပြင်
list.
မှာ
So in the end, two
try ချတဲ့ဟာမျိုးတို့ room fight တို့နော်ဘာညာ team fight တို့ကြရင်တော့ဘလုံးမမကောင်းနေ
Really
ဘူး
costly, silly mistake there by
Hey,
XM
they
to
love
get the
vision
dodge
solo,
because
yeah.
he didn't just get himself stunned. He also got his friend.
Oh,
Mr.
pretty
GQ
sure
stunned.
time, yeah.
So that's pretty bad news over here. I also like that Collapse went over there to the mid lane. Of course, you can always. You
အဲ့
can
ဒါ
push up
အေး
your
တော့
lane,
တ line တော့
you
ကျွန်တော်
can move over
ဘာ
to
က
the
line
mid lane
ခု
because
ကျွန်တော်မှမရှိတော့အရင် 2 line ရှိတာအခုကအေး 5PP ကို
here.
ဖြုတ်လိုက်ပြီသူနဲ့ပဲရှိတော့
Yep, top net worth, not too shabby. He actually made the rotation mid as well.
ကျွန်တော်က
So
10မိနစ်လောက်ကြာရင်တော့1004
see
ဟို
how much he can
1060
snowball
ပြန်ထား
with
ကြည့်
this.
လား
And I mean, I'm trying to remember Collapse's build of choice. I guess it's just the standard meteor hammer now
Yeah.
for basically every froggy that we're seeing.
As long as, like, if there's nothing that makes you deviate, it's pretty nice if you do end up getting to go the meteor hammer. It helps you farm because you also don't pressure all that much, but you have very nice wave clear. You can chip away at towers. As you just
Three
see a lot of
divided, man.
maximizing.
What's on there,
Here
long?
with the max flame guard, you love being able to do this on the Ember.
Yeah, I've been trying to deal with the Ember, but 2 rotations in addition to XM being there, not enough.
No, that's nicely played. You just know that now there's 3 heroes in the mid lane. You can use this
ကဲ
to
ဒါ
push
1080
a
ပြန်
little
ပေး
more
လို့မလား
aggressively in the top area on the bottom side as well. The top area on the bottom side as well.
A little bit of pressure to Bach, but obviously has that stampede. Worst
အဲ
case
ပြန်ပေးလို့ပါ
scenario.
ပြီတဲ့
I feel like there's no real variation on the skill build for Centaurs.
ကျတော့
Typically
lucky
just
drop
the max
ကတော့
return.
ကိုပြောလို့ပဲ
It's
separate
just
ကို
too
ကြိုက်
much
တယ်
of a
လာ
fun.
ကို
You
အောက်
get
မှာ
the
ကလပ်နေ
dominator
နေရလေ
in
အေး
some
စေး
ways,
နော်
you hit
တာ
the
ယာသွား
neutrals.
ပြီဆိုတော့
And also to answer your question from earlier, it looks like
ကဲ
Yotoro's
မစ်တွေပါန
going,
ည်းနည်းလေးဖိရဖိမယ်ဆိုရပုံစံ
Radiance into
မျိုး
the
ပဲ
Manta.
ဖြစ်
At
တာ
least
I
it's
thought
already
you were
has
going to bring
queued
up
up.
chainmail eating.
Oh, no,
Got
that-
me excited there for
no.
အေး1080တယ်ဗျ1060တယ်ဗျဖြစ်
the sub 10-minute chainmail eat.
That'll be
20ချက်ပါလား
It
I
would,
would love to see that.
it would be a misclick. Shin
အေး
Q.
ရပြီ
Grenade.
Yep, he's dead. Very easy killing. I try to give it to Laura. Living armor.
အေး site နဲ့ကြည့်တယ်ကွာဟိုမှာကြည့်လိုက် live ကြည့်လာရောက်လာအဲ့ PG game ကတော်တော်ဘက်ကန်ရမယ်အတင်းကွာ trust me အဲ့လိုအရင် team fight တွေအဲ့လိုမျိုး site နဲ့ကြည့်တွေကဆောင်းဝီ
Didn't play the game, so I wouldn't know.
Something that Farvon the
player
Dreamer-
game ကိုပါတေးလို့ရလားမဆိုင်ဘူးလေကေးပါဆိုမှကေးတာအတီးတယ်မျိုးကျွန်တော်လည်းမဆိုင်
Got it right this time.
I
Good job.
did.
He looked it up after our cast. The research, that's really good.
ဟုတ်တယ်ကိုလည်းမနေ့ကအဲ့ဒါဖြစ်ပြီးသွားပြီ PG game ကိုမနေ့ကနေကမှနိုင်နေတာလေ PG game drop ကြိုက်လို့ထည့်တယ်ဒီကောင်လေးကြည့်လိုက်ဘာတွေဆိုင်တယောက်တကွဲနေတယ်ဘယ်လို့မှဆိုင်နေကြည့်မရှိ
He's
ဘူး
going to get bursted before he can do anything. But they
ကဲဒါ
get
နဲ့
an
အော်
ancient
live
seal.
ကြည့်လာလေးတော့ပြန်ပေးလိုက်ရတယ်နော်
So good
မ
turnaround
စမ်းတော့နည်းနည်းလေး
despite the
တော့
fact
သွား
that
လို့
the Centaur at all, really. And now the zip in from XM to try to finish off Ru.
အော်
Terrorize
ကောင်း
hits
လိုက်တယ်
two.
right
And away they go into the searing chains from Laurel. Can Spirit now turn this around? They're going to get the bowling action from Ru. and that should put things to an end. Basically, everybody showing up here in the mid
ဟို
lane.
TV တင်းလာတော့တယောက်တကွဲတွေ
Just chilling.
Yeah, he's full on chilling. I mean, it's nice that you killed
အဲ့ VC game ကတည်မှာသူတို့အားလေးပိုင်း
injected into your team, but you brought 5 heroes.
ပချန်ပြည့်ဆိုဟယ်လိုပါ bro အားလေးပိုင်း VC game နဲ့တာဟိုဟိုဘက်အသေးကိုအဲ့လိုမျိုးထည့်ရမယ်ပုံစံမျိုးဒီကောင်ကြီးအားလေးပိုင်းကောင်းတယ်တကယ်ဗတ်ရဲဆိုင်တာတို့ movement တို့ကြရင်ဆောင်းတက်လေ
sooner or later. So even though like they hold the area somewhat, this is not a very good sign.
Yep, Shiro gonna have a masterful performance. I mean, he's second net worth despite that death, so has
He definitely can do it. Like you said before, it is a very good TV game. I do emphasize a little bit though. Skyref Mage, Jinju hasn't really gotten much done yet, and I don't think it gets much easier. Like you
wait for that 6, brother.
Okay,
that 6. Trust.
I'm just saying you hate playing versus Ember Spirit. Like this hero is so annoying. If you can kill him a few times in the early and mid game, that's nice. But high-level flame guard, once you get slide or chains, like you're in so much trouble.
Yeah. But if you get the ancient seal on him
Of course.
I mean, you can't rely on licks from collapse every which way. There's only so many tongues that he can use.
True.
As he does get the tier 1 tower, XM.
ကဲလည်းဒါကောင်လေးတွေးချိုးနေတာအော်ဒီမှာတယောက်လေးချိုးရနေတော့ Stone Strip TV နဲ့တော့ပြန်ပေးရတယ်
Into the fray should be being
ကဲ
taken
ဒါ
out
ပေမဲ့ကာရရရ
It's actually why they get the kill.
ဘာကြိုက်လဲ Separate 2 CD ကြိုက်တယ် bro drop down သိကြည့်ဖို့မလိုဘူး VC game ကအဲ့လိုဟိုလုံးချင်လို့ဒီဟာလုံးချင်လို့နဲ့
Which of
လောက်
course
ကွက်
does
တော့
hurt
ပြောက်
you
တဲ့အ
a
သင်း
little bit, especially when you're playing this type of very map-centric heavy lineup with the TB.
အေးရှီရိုအစစ်ကြီးတက်လာတယ်ရောက်ရေ
Now Shiro, surprise.
တဲရ right ဆန်လဲကိုရမလား
Like the battle of doing a
အော်
massive
မရဘူးရောက်ရင်တန်းတော့ပြောက်သွားပြီးတော့ over crew နဲ့ innocent အနေနဲ့ထိန်းထားတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့ဘယ်မှာလောင်းနေနဲ့ amplify damage ကြီးနဲ့စောင်းတော့နာမှာအော် serious ချင်းလွဲရော
XM, there's the first mystic flare of the game. It's enough to take out Not Me. And Laurel still with that damage rune. Will be pressured away for now.
Yeah, it should be okay. Does have the remnant available. I'm like this Not Me guy. He is very good. Like I didn't know him all that much before he joined, but his first stunt with them was at like what? It was at Dream League where he had some banger games, and here too. Like I think his spell usage so far in this game on the Willow has been very, very good. So Spirit overall.
I mean, I feel like they've gone through quite
ဟုတ်တယ်လာမှာဒီဘက်လုံးတယ်နော်
and this one has stuck better than the rest. Is why trying to get things started onto Laurel, but he's just a little too mobile for the likes of Vici.
I mean, definitely the best thing that Vici can play around currently is, of course, like both XM and Jinkyu going together. You allow Shiro to get the space that he needs, you know, being TV. You just kind of need to farm up. Same with Faith Beyond, of course, on the Centaur. You're just playing your little Helm of Dominator plus Stampede mini game. XM.
Sam searing
ကဲ
chains.
တဲရ right side အော်လိုတော့မလို့ကောင်းတယ်ကွာငေါ့နေ
As
ဟဲ့
well. Is
ပတ်
this
တီ
actually
အော်
enough? This
တဲ
time
right က
he
မရှိတာ
dodges the curse
တဲ
crown.
right နဲ့တော့တေးပြီး
Where did the hooker go?
Learn his lesson there. Yeah, hook shot onto Y. That should be an eventual.
အဲ့ဒါ
kill
VC
as
game က
well.
ဘာဖြစ်ချင်လို့ဖြစ်ချင်မှမသိတဲ့အကွက်တွေကလာနေပြီလို့
So they do get away with XM, but one of the problems is that if his net worth is
ပိတ်တယ်ဒီလေအာကြီးက Stone Strip ကနော်တာနေဟောတော့
really ain't no bueno, as Wisdom Shrine should be able to get this one.
Yeah, Box secures it. And looking at his farm. Very inches, okay. I saw the ring of Taras.
Yeah, why you go, yeah,
a pipe.
တော်ရဆိုင်မတော်ပဲနဲ့ကိုလက်ကဟိုဝိုင်းသွားလိုက်တာပဲမီဒီယာဟမ်းဝိုင်းသွားလိုက်တာကတမျိုးလေးအဆန်းလေး
into Spirit. It's
ပဲ
always
လို့တော့ကောင်းမယ်နော်
there's been a lot of metas I think where it's a pretty big 33 thing. Like when you play against a carry who rushes Radiance, if you can match the Radiance timing with a pipe on your offlaner, it can be somewhat easy to fight into it.
ဟိုအဲ့စံကောင်နဲ့မဟုတ်တော့တာစုံးကကေးမရတော့စောင်းတက်
And
တယ်
it
ဆော
also means that you are itemizing.
နော်ကျွန်တော်ဒီဘက်ချီရိုနော်တွေဘာတွေကတော့တိတ်မပြတ်သေးဘူးကျွန်တော်လည်းတော့ကောင်းတယ်ဒီဒီဂိမ်းမကြောက်ဘူး
And I feel like with these Chinese teams, something that I've noticed is a lot of times they don't align in what they're trying to do. Like this pipe, I feel like we're just going to see Shiro farming and not aligning with another item in order to actually fight.
I think you might be right, but that's at least where I hope that they do find those moments where you can go together and make it happen. Because TB can fight, especially like backed up with a pipe. It's not that easy to get him killed from full to zero, then he can still get the Sunder off and you can play into it. But I will say this will hurt Box Game in the long run, you know, if they do take it there later.
There's the Radiance. Online now for Yatoro.
They're doing quite a good job at holding on to this game. Because with like the 2 tier 1s being down, like both your mid and safe lane tier 1 being down, not really dropping much more net worth, is quite good.
2K, I mean, If it wasn't
ကဲ
for the
အဲ့
tower,
တော့
it would be
2K အားသာချက်နဲ့
The one that's
ဒီဘက်က
struggling here is it is
နော်
gonna
ဒီကတော့
be
live stealer
Accept
radiant
and
timing တွေ
for
ပါ
the
တွေတော့
sake
အဲ့လို
of
ထပ်ဆောင်မယ်တင်
and when you lose your tier 1 this early on, you are never going to get any of the active runes. You can just see that
ဘယ်အငိမ့်သွား
he's
မှာ
getting his
ပုံစံ
hands
ကနော်
on every single rune.
ရိုင်းတော့ချကြမှာပေါ့
Yeah, well, he's going to have to get involved in some fights to get something to go his way.
It's very likely that Vici want to try and strike in their own jungle. They've done a very good job at like fortifying their own area here with a lot of vision.
All right, let's look at the timing here. So Pipe is now being delivered
Oh,
for the
yeah.
Centaur Mystic Flare.
ပြတ်သေးဘူးဒါပေမဲ့ Terror Blade က free ကကြီးနော်ဝက်ရှိတော့ အမ Stone Spray ထပ်ပြီးတော့ Terrorize ပေးမသုံးတဲ့နောက်မှာတော့ basic game ခြေတွေတော့ကောင်းသွားပြီလောင်းတစ်ကောင်နဲ့ပြန်ပတ်မှရမယ်နော်ကျွန်တော် Sakura နှစ်ကောင် Terror Blade ပစ်တာနဲ့နား
Good fight there from Vici.
Yeah Stone Spray လည်းကေးတော့ပြန်
This
ရ
is very nice. I like what they did there. Like if you look at their vision too, they have a deep one down bottom in the lane. They still have one in the jungle, and even though Ru went quite deep to take that one, as Jinkyu living the Skyref Mage life.
Yep, it happens.
ရပြီ
Oh, it does, and it will happen many more times this game.
ကဲခေါ်လက်က Media
I
Hammer
love
လေး
this hero, but he is really difficult to make work.
အဲ့တော့အဓိကလည်းသူက sorry mana လုံးညင်လို့ပဲကာရတယ်သွားကြတာဆိုတော့ရတယ်နော် Media Hammer လည်း mana region ကြီးရရှိတယ်
For that Lotus.
Ah, what you were called.
Toro going to take out this tier 1 now, so they have the full set. And for him, it will be the Manta, so it is going to respect. I mean, Manta Radiance is good in general.
It's very good. It does help you not just against the heroes, but also the map play
Oh, Shiro
overall.
did it.
Shiro is currently being smoked on.
အဲ့ဒါဝဲလို့မပါဘူးကွာရှီကိုတတ်ဖို့တော့မလွယ်ဘူး
Back twice actually, so he's going to have to pop his wand to get a respectable amount of mana. Is Wyatt nearby to try to assist with the living armor? Laurel, Searing Chains.
ရစနာအေးအဲ့ဒါမနော်ပြန်မရှောပြီး Terrorize 3 man တော်တော်လာရနော်မီအပိုင်ထိန်းပြီးတဲ့နောက်မှာတော့ Emma ဝေးကိုပြေးသွားပြီးတော့နောက်မှာ Clash တောက်လျှောက်တော့တိုးပြီးနော်ဒီဘက်မှာလည်း
Laurel with the
ကဲကျွန်တော် innocent ကောင်မှာထပ်တော့ရအောင်မယ် rule ကော့တွေကြားမှာကောင်းလိုက်တဲ့ Terrorize ကွာ share အဲ့ဒါတော့
Two supports go the way of
အာ
Spirit.
ဟောအဲ့ဒါလောင်းပြတ်နေပြီကွာလောင်းသေးတဲ့ပြင်မနှစ်ကောင်မှပြန်ရလိုက်
The heroes before
Yeah,
they
right
got their
above.
spells off, because it definitely looked like he should have ended up dying there. But yeah, certainly a little backfire there on Vici.
တကယ်ကောင်းတဲ့ Terrorize ဖြစ်သွား
In what definitely looked like could have been quite good, as Larl, of course, gets another active rune.
XM, very unfortunate for him. We'll have to zip away.
Yeah, it's an annoying game to be Storm at the moment. I think there's more ways where.
Oh,
still
me
grab-
me one.
No, not at all.
CRJ တောက်လျှောက်ချုပ်လာဟဲ့အောင်
It's enough. XM can't get anything going. I mean, he did get that double kill, but then immediately shut down again. As look how deep Spirit are right now.
Yeah, maybe. a
ဟုတ်တယ်ကိုပြောလို့ video game ကြီးလို့ဘာလို့လို့နေမှာမသိဘူးအိုးဒါမှဆက်
Brought to an end.
ပေါ်ပါပြီ
and that's the last
Emma နဲ့
ball
တန်
as
ရှော
well.
ချီရို double game
So double kill for Shiro.
အဲ့ချက်မဲ့ဒစ်လေနေတာပါရှီရိုကမဆုံးဘူးနောက်ပိုင်းပတ်တွေမှာပြည့်ရတယ်
We've
နော်
been seeing
ဘွဲက
some crazy
ကြီးလို့တော့
plays
ကော
in,
င်း
like,
ပါ
the
ဒါ
last
ပေမဲ့
couple games. There's
Stone
a lot of
Spirts တော့ပို့
stuff, but then
တောက်လျှောက်တည်
eventually people end up so deep. Because here,
ဟုတ်တယ်
like you said,
အောင်
Vici
ရေးတ
kind of
ကယ် so
handled
deep
those,
ဟမ်
gladly oblige and take those. You have pipe completed. Now you actually get to return.
အတူကြီးကပြတ်သားတယ်နော်ဒါ Radiant ပြီးသွားတဲ့နောက်မှာလည်းအဲ့လိုအရင်လာပြီးတော့ဘာညာခုတ်တာမျိုးတွေတော့မရှိဘူးကျွန်တော် AC fan
Dagger, so can now get a little bit more aggressive. Rue. Knows that the Treant protector's nearby, but won't be able to defend too much. Now, I will say one downside to Spirit's lineup. It's a little harder for Collapse to steal Aegises.
Oh yeah.
You're just running in as a
The
fat
frog,
frog,
the
you know?
frog ain't that good at it. But this is where Rue can pick it up. He's got the rocket pack.
Yeah.
အော်
Vortex Mystic Flare, that is the deletion of Dark Will.
ဟုတ်ရှောဒါမဲ့ Stone Spirits ထပ်သေးအောင်မယ်အောင်ရေးအဲ့ဒါကောင်တော့
XM,
တော်တော်
nothing
သေးပြောက်
for
များတာ
Rue,
ပါ
my
ဒီ
friend.
Stone က
That hook AoE barely got the
ဒီက
stun,
ချုပ်တာ
so
တ
he
ခု
needed
က
that
ဆိုးနေ
connection.
တယ်နော်
He
လည်း
didn't
အမ
actually
ချုပ်တာ
hook
တဲ့
the
ကော့
storm.
တွန်းတာပါ
Goes
ညာ
onto the
လုံးလို့မြင်
Ember.
And well,
Yeah, Jinx do that.
when there's that
မ
one
ကပြောလို့
down,
ဗီဒီဂိမ်းပြခုနဗရေနိုင်အောင်ချီလို့ပါကြတော့လေသူကစိုက်နေကြီးမရှိဘူးဒီကောင်နေပြတ်တော့
He's got the Kaya at least, which
ဒီအသေးလိုမျိုးတိုင်နေရှင်စောဖို့အတွက်
weird itemization. Like there's
အော်ခုနသူတို့ဘာညာတာနေတာရာတူ AFK နေလို့လည်းနည်းနည်းတော့ပါဟိုရာတူကကျွန်တော် mentor တက်ရပြီအဲ့တော့
but other than
အ
this,
တူ
Rue really
ကျွန်တော်
has
online ဖြစ်ဖြစ် live ရိုက်တယ်ဘာညာဟေးဆိုရင်တော့ separate drop ကလည်းအားကြီးပိုင်းတော့ချလို့ကောင်းတယ်
like if you don't have nice natural itemization,
ဟုတ်တယ်ဒီဘက်ကရာတူကတော်တော်ဖမ်းတာမနေ့ကညီလေးကကျတော့စောတဲ့ live ပြင်းတော့ရှုပ်လို့
goes to Spirit.
yep, there's the rocket pack.
There we go.
As Collapse will top off everyone.
The Blink Dagger almost online for the tree, actually. So why? Not too shabby of a timing, actually.
No, I do like it. It's very good against the Dire draft as well, right? Especially Ember. Like, if Larl is ever out of position, just getting that root on him. Because they have a lot of damage, right? We talked about the Mystic Flare and also Shiro. Like, he's having a very, very good game on his TV, even with the 2 deaths to his name.
Nope, he does get dusted, though. Buys the Blink Dagger knowing that this death is incoming. At the very least, he won't lose any gold.
Oh, yeah, Meteor Hammer his ass.
Oh, yeah.
And then lick him. I like that. Just saying that if Y had not had a greedy enchantment, he would have died without being able to purchase the Blink Dagger. But of course,
Thank you.
being able to have that is very nice. So upon the
Keep us
respawn,
updated on only his.
I absolutely will. No, of course there's more. I'm sure Collapse has it. He also unlocked one of the better Largo talents, level 15. Of course, the Croak of Genius Max DPS. Also nearly has the shard available. So some good timings being hit here by Spirit.
Yeah, feels bad for Tree and Protect.
ဟုတ်တယ်ပေါ့ divine မပုတ်ဘူးပဲပြီးတော့ Oma လောက်တော့ထွက်ဖို့ဒီနေ့လိုမျိုး
with that
အော်
shard as
ပေါ်
we're
မှာ
gonna
တော့
see
မ
pick
ပြ
up on
ပြီ
the
အဲ့တော့ပွဲတော့ကောင်းပါ
It looks
Busy
like
Gaming က
It looks like
Terror Blade နှောင်းပေါ်လေလက်ရှိနော်ကျွန်တော်တော်ကြီးပြန်အဆင်ပြေသွားပြီဆိုတော့
It's good that the game slowed down a bit here.
ဘာပိုင်းလို့ရှိတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ Scary တွေပါပါလာရင်တော့ hair လို့ရ
It's getting quite close to his BKB, also getting up some more galvanized charges after kind of losing most of them in the early game.
Yep, 1,000 away from.
တို့
the
ဖြဲ
BKB.
လာဟိုเนี่ยစမုတ်တင်ပြီးပြေးနေတာဟောတကယ်တကောင်းနေငါလည်း
From some enemy ancients has his Manta style now. We'll be going for the armlet into Ags.
This is quite good, of course. Like a lot of the carry matchups, you can try to like sway a little bit with itemization, and I do like that they gave Lightseater like the Aghanim Scepter, like especially like back in the day, like this is kind of unplayable against some heroes like Ursa and whatnot, and now you have like more avenues to actually play that. Bach will be okay.
ဒါဒီဝဲတော့ Family တော့ပုံမှန်နော်ကျွန်တော်အခုတော့ပဲဟောနေတဲ့တန်တော့တွေဟတ်တန်းတော့တဲ့ကွက်မျိုးတော့မလုပ်ဘူးတဲ့ပဲသူကတော့ဒါပုံမှန်တိုင်းပဲပိုက်တွေ
I
နော်
feel like usually
Dagger
you see
တွေပါ
higher
နဲ့
value items picked up.
Yeah.
In fact.
I mean, the Manta
They
is
don't
nice
need
in
to
between, I
cheat,
think. So we all talked about the Skyver Silence.
Yep, Syrian
မီဒီယာမှာခိုးချနေတာရောက်ရေးနောက်ပါ
Spirit
တော့
versus Spirit. No connection made, and he's attempting to TP out is fine.
Yep, we'll make it out. I think the armlet is just too
ကဲ
high
ရှင်းမှာ
value.
ဖတီးလေးတော့ပေးရပြီ
Fine. This is going to be death number 6. Feels like
He's gonna end this game with 13 deaths or more,
But they did it,
regardless
Miguel,
whether
man.
they win or lose.
okay. Let's keep an eye on that then.
No, I will.
So now you're keeping us surprised on the greedy enchantments and the plus or minus 13.
Yeah,
death.
who had first blood this
KO
game?
ပါအခုချိန်နေတိုင်းဆိုတော့ KO ပါကောင်းတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့
On me.
Oh,
အဲ့
good
busy
job.
game ဒီမလားပေါ်ပလေးတွေလှုပ်လိုက်ရင်တော့လည်းမပြောတတ်ဘူးအခုချိန်ကတော့ကောင်း
Not me.
Yeah, so yeah,
မနေ့ကပါရီနဲ့ပွဲမှာတော့အဲ့လိုပဲဒီကောင်းဒီချိန်လောက်ဒီကောင်းပြီးတော့အဲ့လို25 30လောက်မှဖြစ်တယ်
let's see where they can go from
How
here.
shall
Because the
we-
game it did stall.
မင်းကတော့တော်တော်လေးကောင်းလာတယ်ပြောပါမယ်ပြီးတော့ခုန separate နှစ်ခါလောက်အဲ့လို dive ပြီးပြန်ချောပါအေးရှင်းမကလို့ပါ
is in a lot of trouble.
maybe
Goodbye. Good, sir. And a lot of stun lock. Does pop the stampede.
Hey, look,
Gets
meow,
linked
lago
back
si, dire.
in, still surviving. Shadow Realm not quite enough. He does tick away eventually.
ဟောဒါမင်းတော့
As
လူက
XM
ပြန်
able
ပေး
to
လိုက်ရတ
delete
ယ်
Ruse,
နော်
so they get some sort of a trade.
ဆိုင်မှာအေးဒီ
Overgrowth
အိုး
on
ဘ
the
ကရို
immediate
မင်း light တီလာအောင်မလုံးဝ ready ရှိနေတယ်ဆိုတော့နော် busy game ဘလုံးမချလို့ရမြ
Why left to his own devices will be the second
ချီရိုမ
death
ပါ
of
ဘူး
HE.
ချီရိုပါမှ damage ကလောက်
Yeah, on it, it is. It's gonna be a
Game
little bit
winner
difficult
separate,
to
man.
have nice overgrowth here.
ဒီ game မလုံးနဲ့တော့ busy game တော်တော်
As
ပုတ်
long
တယ်
as,
ဆို
like collapses around, even with just the lotus available, that's a
We're on the
double
jack,
dispel
busy
like
game.
on the spot. And not just that, like at least for now.
I know the counter.
What's the counter? Kill him?
Aghanim Scepter on Jin Q, who's doing really well this game.
Oh,
of
yeah?
course. You get the double silence, you force out the Lotus, and then you overgrow.
But then he can still lick someone. But only one guy.
Only one.
So you overgrow 5, but first you force out
Yeah.
the.
It's important to get more than 2 people in the overgrowth, of course. Very easy. with
Very,
Dagger.
yeah. That's a good. How about just killing him? Just kill the frog. That's a good counter too.
I've seen that attempted before. It doesn't seem to be too successful.
Okay, so we're gonna veto that play.
Yeah.
That's good. What else?
See how the. I mean, do you think the execution is difficult for Vici in the mid to late game?
lotus ပါတယ်နော်တောင်းနေအဲ့လို terror blade ကိုအထောင်ကြီးတော့ထားဆိုတော့မှဆန်တော့ပြီးတော့ scepter တွေပါတယ်
The
နဲ့
game is progressing. It is a very, very good TB game. It's more about if they're gonna be kited, because I don't doubt Shiro's ability or TB's ability for that matter in this game, and I like his itemization. Like the Crystallis into Daedalus, I think the high damage is what I love. You don't always need to go Skadi because like, oh, here, you know, I can slow them. You just want raw DPS, especially when the enemy team can kite you. Like, you have stuns available. You can have a Centaur Stomp, an Overgrowth, even if it's half a second. It could be enough.
Yatoro wants to force something. No Roche attempt yet, but he is looking very strong. Level 18 right now, not me.
Oh, terrorizer နဲ့ BKB နော်အဲ့ဆန်ပါလာပြီ
Looking for maybe a
ကဲတော့ကောလာကိုလုံးဖို့တော့နည်းနည်းတော့ကျိုးကျိုးသားတယ်နောက်မှာ Sky 1 Mr. Play တွေနဲ့ပဲဟာဟုတ်တယ်ဟောင်းကိုလာတမ်ပြတ်
a big kill for Vici. You're right. That's the way to deal with the frog.
တမ်ပြတ်
As a, I mean, not me. He was a little bit off there on his spell usage. Don't think.
Hey, mana တော့မရှိတော့ဘူး finish ရောနေတာ
It's now on low mana though.
ကဲကုန်ရှော့ပြီဟောင်းရှေ့မှာ80 mana 0ပြည့်
Stampeded hook shot is gonna hit, and now XM in quite a bit.
ဟောအဲ့ဒါကြီးပြောတာ busy game မြေလို့ဆောင်းရင်အဲ့လိုမျိုးကိုကတော့အားမရခုနတက်ပြီးသွားရင်နော် TV တက်တော့လည်းနှစ်ကောင်လွတ်တော့ 3 တွေပန်းပြီးတော့
Using the Largo initially.
plain shot ပါ
But the thing also, like for Spirit, what they're going to have to keep hoping for is that Lau is going to continue to have a pretty good game, because Ember plus Largo is going to be the bigger answer against the Shiro TB later.
And looking at Shiro's farm, has the Crystallis, so Daedalus actually not too far away to go along with the Hurricane Pike Manta.
Yeah, I do think it's really good. And Spirit, they're having a bit of a problem when it comes to, I'll say, progressing the map. Their lineup isn't very good at killing a tier 2. Their Roche is okay, but it's not quick. And the problem is if they don't threaten Roche at some point, I do think the moment that Shiro gets Daedalus, it's very easy for them to just walk over there and like take over the area.
All right, another greedy enchantment there, just to give you a prize.
Yeah, it's good. Searing Signet plus Greedy. Very nice combo on the Froggy Frog.
ကဲတော့ deadless တော်တော်လေးတော့မှားတယ်နော်မမဒီဘက်ကာဒီတွေပါလေကောင်းတယ်
That's how good it is.
I mean တော်တော် damage ပဲထုတ်ဖို့တော့စဉ်းစားတာရှိတော့ deadless
You really had me on board of this deletion of.
အဲ့လိုအသိမျိုးတွေရှိတယ်ကိုယ့်အတွက်ကအဲ့လိုသိရမှာဒီကောင်နဲ့တာနေနဲ့ပြန်ရှုံးတယ်အဲ့လိုမျိုးခံစားရတာဆော့တာတခုခုလိုနေရတဲ့က
drastically changed the game, and a lot of the times it's also a factor why games in general go a little bit longer. I would say
well, I got
because I think when
receptor,
you're
yeah.
more stuck in specific places, you can just wait. You will hit some of those bigger item timings that can get you back in the game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh,
Nice.
Now we have a smoke from Spirit.
A nice active rune from XM. It would be great for Vici if they can wait just 100 gold. Shiro is about to finish his entire Daedalus. He will really hurt. If they disrespect this TV for a couple seconds, the hero will be deleted.
Scanning.
It's interesting that they smoke now because Yatoro's only 200 away from Ags himself. Now counter smoke for Vici as they are good to go.
So he's sending his Ags away. Gonna have a smoke on smoke.
Bach
Oh,
has Lotus as well, as
wait.
already starting out, XM had to use the
ကဲ
BKB
ဒီမှာ
pretty
စန်
damn
တော့
early, go for Rue.
Stone Free BKB
He's gonna
impact
use
ကောင်းသွားပြီ
back
အ
to
တူ
full
ကဲပြီးတော့လာလေးပဲ
XM has to run away with the Stampede.
အဲ့တော့ဆိုင်တော့ဆိုင်သေးတယ်နော်ချီရိုကပုံပြောင်းပြီးသွားပြီဟဲ့လား
Not been timing that
โอ้ย
particularly
တော်တော်နာနေဟို deadless နဲ့ပြတော့ what the fuck
Dark Will is likely to be
ဒါဝဲလို့ရှော့ပြီ
isolated here, although
ရှော့ပြီချီရို deadless နဲ့ရောက်ရေးစောင်းရတော့နာတယ်
they're gonna zip on in onto
ကဲအဲ့တော့အစ်ကိုရှာနေတော့မဲဆိုပေမဲ့လည်းတော့နောက်မှာရချိုးရိုပြေးရိုက်ပေမဲ့အချိန်တော်တော်ကြီးနှောင်းသွားပြီ
The crit starting to
ဟော
stack
ပြီ
up.
ရောက်ရေး separate ကောင်ကြီးစီနဲ့ touch ချီရိုဟွာ deadless နဲ့ hair စောင်းနာအတူတွေစစ်တွေမှာခွဲနေရတာလေလောက်လို့
Itemization where you just man up, you understand what needs to happen, and just a good team fight overall. Like Bach starts it out, fight gets prolonged, he finds another reason.
အနေနဲ့များသွားပြီရောက်ရေး
His
separate
itemization.
တူတွေထည့်တာ
Like look at his damage numbers. It's just 6
ချီရို
days through the
deadless
board.
နဲ့
Sure,
စောင်းနာ
Yatoro comes around with his axe, he helps out Drew to stay alive, but it's just quite
Yeah, I
difficult
don't
for
know,
them to,
come
like,
on.
keep it together.
It's handling
I think
him,
both Axe and
yeah.
Bach are just very aggressive here in this fight, even though there's a good terrorize that pushed back Shiro initially. It's not that easy for Spirit to keep the
သုံး
fight
လေး
going.
ပဲ
Because they want to prolong the fight, they want to heal through, but there's no staying alive against his TB damage.
Yeah, the interesting
Well,
thing
fuck,
about
I'm
this
here.
fight is that Axe was delivered after he had used Infest. He would have been able to get 2 Infest off in this fight, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, that probably
ကဲ
doesn't turn
အနေရတော့တကယ်များသွားပြီ separate ဝရှမ်းမပေးလိုက်ရ
That
ဟော
much.
နောက်တော့ချက်ချင်း 4K ပါဖြစ်သွားကဲဒါပေမဲ့ဒီမှာမဟုတ်တယ် innocent ပြန်မပေးအောင်မလား
The treant.
XM
အဲ့ဒါဗောကွာ busy gaming ရဲ့ပြဿနာအဲ့ဒါဗော
Bach.
နှစ်ကောင်လေးနဲ့အမှထက်နေ
Along with Lotus, see if he attempts to get out of dodge here.
So much block.
ဟောမာယာ stone street ထက်ရွာနေပြန်ပြီထက်ရွာနေပြန်ပြီ
Yeah,
ဆင်းယူပါရှော့ပြီတကယ်တော်တော်ဆိုးပြီပါကွာ busy gaming ကဘာတွေလုပ်မှန်းလည်းမသိဘူးကောင်းနေတာနေတာကြီးကိုသုံးတော့ plane shiro form လည်းမရှိဘူးဒီဘက်မှာအပေါ်လဲတော့ဖန်နေတာဟမ်
couple depths to go. And I think it will be acceptable. It's life of a Skyref mage in games like this.
အေးနဲ့သုံးတာကွယ်ကောင်းတော့ကောင်းတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ပြဿနာကိုပြောတာအေး busy gaming ရဲ့ site ကြီးကတော်တော်ဝီးတယ်နော်အဲ့ဒါခုတော့ရှိတယ်ကျွန်တော်လည်းတာလည်းအဲ့လိုဘာတွေလုပ်မှန်းမသိပြန်မှောက်
Good things in some of these fights.
All you need is vibes.
Sometimes
It doesn't matter, she-
there's a lot of vibes players out there. But now Spirit, they get a couple of kills that maybe they, didn't really deserve. But there's still an Aegis available on XM. BKB as well on Shiro. Who is
He is starting to get up there now.
Yeah.
agency ရပြီပြန်ဖိခံလိုက်ရ
It doesn't really change. Like Shiro's strength is gonna be the strongest of the game for at least another 1 or 2 rounds of items on Spirit. Like I think Laurel needs to
Yeah,
finish
Shiro
up
Bacha
at
Tom,
least
Skadi la
Typhus
BKB,
Sange and the
BKB.
items to threaten this.
အဲ့ကောင်မလို့အရင်နဲ့ကောင်မဟောသိရမလားဘယ်လောက်ကောင်းကောင်းအချိန်နဲ့ပြန်ရှုံးမယ်ဆိုတဲ့မူကြီးနဲ့ကြည့်နေရတယ်သင်က
He's also being a
ခုတော့မဟုတ်ဘူးခုနဲ့ကောင်မနဲ့တော့ဘာမှမဆိုင်ဘူးဟုတ်လား
He's in a dire base. Just like making some triple wave and just being annoying. Like what is this?
That is,
Oh, yeah.
it's been a long time since I've seen
ဟော
this.
စန်တော့ပုံနဲ့ crew 3ခုဖြစ်အောင်သူ့နေတာပေါ့ဟုတ်လား
Well, they're smoking
Oh.
to or against the ultra wave, but Spirit are looking for a smoke themselves.
Yeah, they'll be running into each other not anytime soon.
Could be an active rune. Call the active rune, Shannon. What's it gonna be?
Yeah.
Top.
Damage. Bottom.
ကဲ Terrorblade ကတော့ BKB တွေရောနော်
Damage bottom and shield top.
အဲ့ Terrorblade ကိုတော့ချဖို့တော့တကယ်ခက်နေတယ်
Well, not me gets rewarded with a shard, so
That's the second Torm, right? First one was Rocket Pack, and now it's the Percy Crown. Still smoked up on a couple of the heroes. You've got Shield Rune and Aegis on XM. I think this is about one of the first times where he can be incredibly aggressive.
yeah. Well, he's been incredibly aggressive and has died most of the time. So, but he can get that licked off, of course. The shield rune, that is.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Only the Aegis got licked
တော်
off.
ကယ်မတော့တော့ဒါကြီးကိုစိတ်နာလို့
A
တဲ့
big one.
Looks like this tier 2 will be given up. I mean, very even game. I mean, whose shoes would you rather be in right now? Like, ignoring the Aegis, I guess.
Right now, definitely Radiant. I don't know if it even tips at some point. There's a lot of gameplay that goes into it, but Vici should be quite happy. There's probably a point in like the ultra late, like I think Ember 5, 6 slots. You might hit like a specific timing again with him and Largo where they overtake it. But overall, I will definitely give the advantage to Vici here.
What do you consider ultra late? Because 5 to 6 item, that's just normal late game now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I still feel like that's very late game. Like for me, in 10 minutes, they're in late game, and then
I feel like most games that I cast at least.
ကဲဒီဘက်မှာ smoke နဲ့
late game. Like
အော် strong spirit ပြီးတော့တော်ပြီနောက်မှာ life steal race တောက်လျှောက်ရာကျိုးလို့ပြီးတော့ရိုက်တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့တော့ Fabian အနေနဲ့လည်းတော်တော်ကြီးတောင်းတယ်နော် AC ပဲ ကဲ inverse နဲ့ပြန်ပါ
See the infest onto Rue means
ကြာခုနကျွန်တော်ဖြစ်ထားလို့တယ်
is the strat from not me.
ကဲဒီဘက်မှာ Sandor
Gonna have to Lotus himself.
strong spirit ချင်းနေ show နေသေးတယ်ရောက်တကယ်ဆိုင်ပါလား
The spirit side.
တိုးလို့ပြီးတော့ရိုက်တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့တော့ Sandor ကြီးနော်မတောင်းနေတာပဲဘာမှမဖြစ်ဘူးဆိုပေမဲ့ကဲ separate inference တွေပါသုံးလိုက်ရပြီဘယ်တော့မှ Shiro ထုံးတယ် free ဖြစ်ဖို့ကြိုးစားတယ်ဒီကောင်မလောဘက်လာကိုပြေးထိန်းထားပြီးတော့ပဲကဲအဲ့တော့မှတော့ BKB TP နဲ့ပဲဝေးရောက်ပြေးသွားပြီရပြီ thank you ကတော့လုံးဝကျန်နေရတာဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ပဲရှေ့မှာလဲတော့ stone spread အေးစေပဲနော်အေးစ mana ကို BKB ရောကျန်နေသေးတယ်
Worse for Vici.
not it yet, because Larl has one more.
Oh,
hand, so
BKB.
double BKB.
Yeah, that Aghanim Scepter is something to behold.
Oh yeah. Definitely one of the best ags in the game. Probably top 10.
I think it's top 5. Yeah.
Top
He's-
5 even.
အဓိကတော့လောင်းကောင်းသွားတာဟောဗတယ်ဝင်သွားတာ
It's way too.
Shiro ကြီးကိုကျွန်တော်တို့ free hit မပေးတော့ Shiro နောက်တင်းနေကလာပါညာနဲ့
Oh, it's the best. There we go. Soul to Shannon. No, but nicely done by Spirit, and this is something that you have to respect as Vici. Like, while TV has the one-to-one matchup against the Lifestealer, you have, a lot of the Spirit heroes are very slippery. So if they can kite you out the first, 10, 20 seconds of the meta, and then it's also not that easy to disengage, right? You talked about the Ags on the Ember. You have
33.
the hook shot. 33 is around.
ပင်းနေရ
He
ရော
has
င်း
an
နေ
Axe, of course.
Yeah, he's waiting, making sure the lights are good to go. See Laurel enjoying himself.
Yeah, he should be having a good game on the Ember. He's got Largo in his team to keep buffing him up,
Are
croak
you
him up.
surprised? I mean, I feel like, and I'm not saying it's the wrong move, I'm just surprised that so many
Careful.
things are being used to keep Rue alive.
In these fights?
Yeah. Like crucial spells, like Infest.
I'm not surprised. Because also, like, with how they want to fight, they want to, like, bait out
Oh,
the meta and
mid
keep
core.
it going.
Mid
So
core
any type of
là
delaying
mid
this,
master.
I think it's good for them.
Well, no one ကြိုက်တယ်ဒီ flash.
This is, of course, a replay,
No one mid.
just so we remember. That
Hey, Marine mid.
Pointing that out.
ကြိုက်တယ်
just and there was a time where I was casting. Did you watch that?
I don't know.
You know what I'm referencing? I think it was Anime Major.
ကဲ live စီလာ terror blade ကိုရိုက်နိုင်ပါလားအဲ့ဒါတော့ကျွန်တော်ဖြေရမယ့်မေးခွန်းတော့ဖြစ်တယ်
And I was
ကဲ
casting
တော့
a
let's
replay.
hear
thinking it
MKB
was
တော့
Flash.
ထပ်သွားတာ
I
အမေ
just casted.
ကျွန်တော်တို့ terror blade ကတည်မှာ flight တွေပါမပါသေးပါဘူးဒီက
It says
You
in
thought
really
it.
big letters replay.
Yep. Sometimes I don't know how to read.
Quite
ကျွန်တော်
good.
တို့ PK ပါလား fly လာဒီက
It's not like riding a bike, apparently.
Yep.
ကျွန်တော်တို့ MKB တည်နေ
Pretty close to finishing. I believe this is an ag, so
Yep.
that is an extreme. I mean, imagine that with a terror wave later in the game.
Yeah, and that's something you cannot dispel. Doesn't matter if you have 1800
Mikoto
licks or
Mikoto
those
ကြီးက
swords.
သိမကြိုက်
Those vortex
ဒီကလိုနဲ့ဆိုင်ရန်ဟိုရန်တက်ကပါချီယာဂျူနီယာတော့
So
ပူ
you've
ကောင်း
got
တယ်
more ways to help Shiro to dish out the
Ace and
damage.
Scepter
I already
ဟုတ်တယ်
have
fly က eagle ဆောင်း
He's
ဝယ်လိုက်
pushing
လို့
a butterfly on the TB.
ကဲ Shiro လည်း fly ရပြီအဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်ရတရောအခုမှ MKB တည်ထားတာဆိုတော့ဒီတိုင်းမင်းတော့မိုက်သွားပြီ
It's like
ဒီ
one
game
of
မှာ
the best heroes, also for like just DPS. You have so many illusions. Your main hero in meta, you hit so hard, you hit so much faster as well. So I think Shiro's still holding up to what I would say is perfect itemization for this game.
And a smoke from Vici.
Is under attack.
See if they can find a meaningful connection. Bach has his Shivas now. And is actually going BKB
Okay,
next.
MKB
Not sure if
I don't really care,
the
yeah.
Ags is going to be on the menu for him. I mean, if it goes late enough, of course, but
Yeah, I guess it's fine to do it later. For now, I really like their itemization. Like, not just TB. I think also Bach, this pipe has done a lot of work. Same with, like, Y on the tree
Yeah.
end
Oh my
instead of
God.
flats.
BKB ပေးမှတော့ရမယ်
Forces BKB here.
they will attempt it.
Yeah,
They will be
they-
successful. Yeah, you can tell he's got some PTSD with
Oh,
that.
he does. I'm zipping
the length of that
all the
zip.
way, baby. But these are the small things that you have to look for in these type of mid to late games. Like now, suddenly you can take control of the mid area. You get an active rune, most likely on Laurel, as JK Shiro with some good micro will take that rune away. But it's about 1 minute of aggression that Spirit can look for on the map. That's my boy Jin Q got. Consecrated Wraps on Skyraf. This is
Huh.
probably one of the first.
ဘောတော့ပါရီရန်တက်
He's sick of dying, I
ကြိုက်
guess.
တယ်
Yeah.
Barrier's not too bad.
အရှိနေ
Also
တာ
took quicken, so
ဟိုနေကမာများလာနော်လက်ရှိ performance ရဆိုနေကမာလေးရတယ်ထည့်သွင်းစဉ်းစားတယ်
13 death mark by the end of the game.
Sky Women ကဘာ idea တွေနဲ့တော့ idea တစ်မာတဲ့ဟာနဲ့ media hand မှာ
Needs 7 items.
Needs a
We got
heart
enough
as
how much
well, I think.
Yep.
Behemoth Blood's really good on Skyrath.
Very good. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't his shard make him? Oh wait, they.
Yeah. No, it's the shield. It's still very, very
Sky
strong.
Women
But
will
it
in
also
Mao
means you
Gua.
have to get your stuff off.
Yeah, that's been difficult.
I mean, it's innate because the shard is the triple bolty bolt.
Oh right, yeah.
I mean, I'm really glad that they kept that in the game. You know, when a lot of stuff was removed or like removed or moved around, one or the other. I think
စိုင်းမလား vision ရတော့ရှိရတော့ Shiro ready ပဲကျုံးမှုတော့
Shiro on the high ground.
အမပြေးတော့ရိုက်ပြီလောင်းဒလီကိုဖန်တော့တင်လိုက်ရတယ်တော့မရကျုံးရောဒီတော့ Shiro ပြေးတော့ရိုက်ချင်တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့တော့မဖိတ်ပြီးရန် attention တွေဝင်တောင်းသွားပြီးတော့ Shiro form ပြောင်းလိုက်တဲ့နောက်မှာတော့ Team Spirts ပြေးတော့ပြေးတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့တော့ ASM တင်းနေလိုက်ဆွဲထားပြီးတော့ live steal လိုက် in first ကျွန်တော်ထွက်လိုက်ပြီးတော့ပဲကဲဒီဘက်မှာ oh terrorize 2 man serious နေအောက်မှာပဲခုံးပေါ်ပြေးတက်လာတဲ့ physical game နေနေရတော့တော်တော်ပြတ်ခတ်သွားပြီးတော့ပဲအဲ့တော့မတင်စပရက်ဆိုင်လိုက်မလား terror blade center ရော founding ရော BKB အကုန်လုံးရှိနေတဲ့ Shiro နောက်က live steal လာ rate အောက်မှာတော့ oh center level ရလိုက်ပြီးတော့ပဲနောက်မှာတောက်ချောင်း Acer လက်တွေဘိုးတဲ့ပြေးချရဲတော့မှရချိုးလို့ impact ဝင်ရလိုက်ပြီးတော့ပဲနောက်ဆုံးကျွန်တော်ဒီဘက်မှာ Shiro ခန္ဓာကိုယ်တော့ပူတက်ပြီး head ပြီး no more center ဆိုရင်တော့မှာပဲ tin spread ဒီနေ့တော့ကဲကျွန်တော်ရတဲ့ next second impact လေးနဲ့တော့တေးမှာ wide နဲ့နေထားရတော့ဖြစ်ကုန်ပြီဒီဘက်မှာ ASM no mana နဲ့တူပဲဟုတ်ကဲ့ Amber တောက်လျှောက်ဒီ light fan နေပြီးတော့ပဲရပြီ 5 man down
oh, they're not done.
Five men down ပြီဘုံမောပြပြတက်သွားတာရနည်းနည်းစိုးသွားတာ physical game တော့
Curse Crown will ensure it. And that's a full team wipe. And
ဆိုရတဲ့ infest ကျွန်တော်အချိန်မီသွားတာလေးရလေဒါနည်းနည်း separate အသက်ရှူချောင်းသွားတဲ့ကိစ္စပဲเนาะသွေးနည်းနည်းလေးပဲကျန်တော့တဲ့အချိန်မှာကွက်တီဝင်ဝင်ရ
They get this meta out and then just disengage so nicely. They don't like jump the gun after to just you know, kite and like follow them too quickly. And it happens so often when you have these transformation heroes. You pop the meta and you feel like you have to go. Like it's even here, like they get to kite so nicely. He gets the secondary infest. Like already, I think VG have overplayed
If I win, we
quite
a
a lot.
And once the fight goes poorly, Stampede is down, you're just dead.
Because VG need a strong entry to the fight. A prolonged fight or where you get, like, you're not running away from this draft. It is impossible. It's Ember, Ags, and Clockwork and Lifesitter who's incredibly fast. VG definitely going to have to be more clear and more clean. Jinkyu.
Yeah, Mystic Flare, just for style points.
Yeah, well, video game sign a gym shoe, but there is sign name of me.
Alright, so quite quickly from a somewhat or very even game. It's got a plus an Aegis available and an MKB plus Basher combo on Yotoro against TB. So this is about...
Butterfly hasn't been up that long either.
No, not really. This is, I would say, the first time where Yotoro would actually win a man fight against Shiro.
Yeah, that Infest was pretty dirty, and now you have the MKB to worry about. And Rue. You're looking for an opening here. Yotoro gonna start going for some buildings. Pops the Rage to avoid the Hoof Stomp. You see the pipe already activated. Shiro trying to stand his ground in melee form with that Demon Zeal. Meanwhile, on the other side, XM opens things up onto the Dark Willow. Slows Bach to a crawl, able to get to the other side of the wall. No casualties as of yet.
Oh, dude. Now I'm alone here.
You're doing this against away, but Collapse will just keep healing everyone up. And if you ever make them use this meta on Shiro, they're in big, big trouble.
And Bach trying to fake it out. He actually would have gotten the stun that time. Yotoro kind of brushing it off. We'll be able to get the tower. See the Infest already on the teammate. The Mystic Flare completely misses. A little bit too far ahead right now, it seems. 17k and it ballooned out of nowhere. It's just that one 5-for-0 fight. Feels like was the difference in this game.
If you're VG, I think you need to think about a different way. Attacking first.
Oh, when Sweater Delaway, Bobby, Ace Nose. Wow. When Sweater, you know, like that said,
him as well as Yotoro looks to be finishing the job with the help of the Dark Willow. Nice Sunder though onto Laurel. He's going to get the Yules to take out that silence as the bash. There's the overgrowth. Gets the bash onto Shiro. Trying to run step away. And now Jinkyu around, so he's dead. This will be life number 1 for your Toro. That's a 5. Trying to finish the job.
Silent. Oh, no MPV neither. And
XM completely he is dead again. And this is likely the beginning of the end of this game. That's VG.
Kill Jinkyu. He only has 12. He needed one more.
That's unfortunate for you. You lose the game along with VG. And Spirit take game number 1.
Not Spirit. They're just like what this team does. I think they're the team.
But actually getting a kill, of course, is going to be great. And the fact that the Enigma is not at the top. See, this is the part about the mid lane.
Saved it for FBZ, like that's a
true party boy, you cannot see that. Oh, recording this.
And mid lane getting funny. The wall now. Uh-oh, support. For support, fade bowl.
See, that is the many I hear it. 7 over.
Time does not get you safe passage.
I can't really saw you.
There. Good laning coming out. Death remove. By mid lane, boulder smash, gonna be dodged, and a little water rune for a little storm spirit. Same for Earth.
I wonder if FBZ is going to do anything different with the Centaur. The classic build now has been Helm into Heart. Then you go for, you know, the Blink and the Shard and things like that. He's already got that queued up for the Helm. I don't feel like there's any reason to diverge from it. It's like Heart's so good.
No, and notice, Bear already back in Fountain. Been harassed. Fair amount, but Looks like there's been a lot of waves dragging on the top side.
He's still fine though. He's got 11 CS, which is this a little bit ahead of Satanic. Like he's having an okay lane here.
Yeah.
Generally, there's a decent amount of AOE damage coming out from the Underlord, so the Bear's gonna eat the brunt of it.
Yeah. Bear will eat the brunt.
Bear and the Coddle.
Yeah.
Man, double edge, double lift, double fate bolt, double drag. Quite a lot of decent spells to work with the Grimstroke, assuming Varesh is able to live.
Right. Yeah. You still have fetch? Right with the double drag.
တကရိုင်းနဲ့ record နဲ့လည်းပြောမယ်ပြောမစိုးပါဘူးသူတို့အောင်မြင်မှုဘာမှမရရင်တော့သိရမလား
You have to
တစ်နှစ်လောက်အတွင်းမှာသူတို့ပွဲကြီးတဲ့အကုန်မှာဝင်ဆော့ကုန်ရ
like with the pulverize.
လက်ရှိက China နဲ့ SC ရတော်တော်တက်လေပါ
Someone, I'm not quite sure.
ဟောအရင်ဆိုလေ SC မှာ Loyalty Shield တွေ Fnatic တို့ TSD တို့နော်
Yeah.
ပြီးတော့တရင်နီးစားပြီးတက်ခစ်တောင်းဆိုလေသူကသူကောင်းတာ
Oh, top lane.
တေလုံတို့ပါတော့အမေအခုကအဲ့လောက်အနေထားမရှိဘူးပြ
Under the tower with the armor, but the magic damage from the firestorm, the chase is on, and the Grimstroke would die. Oh, but 9 class with the neutral denied. Bear will not be able to chase him down. Jickery four-star off the wave, a fair amount. Top side.
It does cost him quite a bit of CS on notice though. Like yeah, he has that the kill is great that he was able to get it, but he's not. And we've seen like getting 1 kill but losing like 6 CS is generally a net worth loss overall.
Yes. I think if you're on carry, it's certainly not worth it. But
အဲ့တော့လည်းကြားလာပြီ
off of that, get the kill.
အဲ့ဒီလေဂျာမှာ2နှစ်3နှစ်လောက်ဟိုမဝင်လို့ပဲ2နှစ်3နှစ်လောက်ဘယ်အသင်းမှမတွေ့ဘူးပြီးတော့ပြန်ပေါ်လာတယ်ကောင်းနေတော့မ
No
င်း
one's gonna have a lot of weight on his shoulders. Now he's a big guy. I'm sure he can handle it.
Oh,
but
။အဲ့တော့တော်တော်ကြာပြီ10နှစ်တခုလောက်ရှိ
he's like 3 items before he wants to fight. We look at the Underlord. We're seeing a lot of times you just want to get the Aghanims before you even engage with the enemy team. So it's all our spirit to make the magic happen.
He's done it before. No one could do it
For
again.
sure.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna be fine as the Bear trying to make space here for Jikroy.
Uh-oh. Sharing the load here. Both Jikroy and the Spirit Bear. Quite low.
It's a cute trick by Varesh. That facet was now built into the spell itself, which is
အော်ဘွေးရပုတ်ပါ
Stroke of Fate.
ဘွေးကတော့ကိုရီ SC ရသားတွေနဲ့နော်ဒီလေးတို့ဆိုတော့မဟုတ်ဒါလည်းခဏပဲကြည့်တာပါပဲဟိုကကျွန်တော်တို့ဟိုက separate ပွဲလာရင် separate ပဲတော့
Here, 9 glass coming from the left side with the blinding light pushing back. We'll not get another root on the lone.
ဟုတ်တယ်
side of the
walk up
Bear.
ပြန်ရိုက်နေတာ
The Spirit Bear is low. Clicks landing, but not enough. Instead, now notice threatened. 3 Reconics players make it happen.
ဟုတ်တယ်အင်းလိမ့်သူပါဦးနေသူတို့အဲ့တော့လူငယ်လောက်ပဲတော့အဲ့တော့လူငယ်ငယ်တွေကစပေါ်နော်16 18လောက်တယ်ဆောင်းကျင်း
And in your dream hits level 6.
ဒန်ဒီနဲ့အောင်တွဲဆောက်လိုက်တယ်အင်းအောင် drink carry ဒန်ဒီမင်းနဲ့ DNC တိုက်ကတော့မှတ်မှတ်ရတယ်ကော carry ပြောင်းဆောက်
That's right. And I mean a full bottle with
ဟုတ်တယ်ရဒီပွဲဟာအကောနစ်ကနောက်တော့တာ
pretty nice
Boy, be
situation
nine
to be
here,
in
what?
for this storm. And we're rotating mid as the Bear might be going down top.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They'd like to make a move here while they have this. Oh, they saw him coming though. That ward, very good.
Double damage. Waiting. Waiting in the water. Oh, whoa. Magnetize coming out for a quick cheeky kill. Pulls Varish off the room, but it does go to In Your Dream. In the meantime, Rubik falling. Nice little gold snap for no one. As Satanic benefiting from some early stacks thanks to his Lich.
Yeah, it's a very small stack. Doesn't really. But
He's
you
a
know,
small guy.
Yeah, true. In the beginning, right? It's like I gotta eat my get my vitamins and my protein and big boy.
You know they call him Milk Teeth. That's his nickname.
Oh, come on.
Really? No, I'm
No, I mean, hey, we didn't name him, right?
Right.
We're just calling. We were just bringing you the news.
Yeah. Hi, folks. I'm Malibu Jesus reporting from the front lines here in Paris, France.
Where Milk Teeth is doing his best.
That's right.
Peter.
Spirit walking blind into the high ground. A little zippy. Uh-oh. Oh, there
big
you go.
contest.
You always see this damn Spirit Bear on the shrine. And it looks like they will claim it and the life of a Lich. You want to beat the bear, but it's looking. Ooh,
ပြန်မမေးတာ
aggressively to dodge the damage, and he gets another one.
အော်ဖိလကန်ချက်မထောက်လိုက်ရဘူးဒီကောင်ထောက်
Of all the people out there in the crowd.
I think he could have gone for the call kill. Ooh,
ဟုတ်တယ် error ဟုတ်တယ် 1437
TP's under vision, but still makes it out just there. As here comes Notice.
Nice pit, but I don't think it's gonna get a second match.
liquid ဟုတ်ပါ liquid ကောက်စရာတဲ့ငကောင်မကြီးတကယ်ကောင်းတယ် shit.
Bearish with the swell. He is a swell guy.
Tinda.
Lock the upcoming
Come on, lock off.
No one go. Oh no, gets rooted. And their spirit goes down. FBZ even finding Satanic. But this is a classic tale of who found who. Mind you, FBZ, sub 8-minute helm of the Dominator.
Free lane for him. Same level as
အော်တော့ကြည့်ရတော့အဲ့ long drop carry ကတော့7 on တာ
is not, I mean, he's also having a, it's all coming out Reconics right now.
လို့အောက်ကြီးနိုင်ရင်နိုင်အဲ့လိုပြောရမယ်ပုံစံမျိုးဒီ web drop ကတော့
Oh, interesting. FBZ is not going for heart. Wants to get a
So
bounty
slim,
first
so
on the
going on.
Centaur, saying, I want to fight right now.
He's like, my mid laner made this mistake last game.
Yeah.
So we gave him Storm Spirit so he doesn't need to buy a damn Blink Dagger. I'll get it myself.
There's also, he's going to take the shrine for, he hasn't actually taken the Dire Shrine. It's just standing there waiting.
Yeah. Too bad it doesn't accrue the bonus of the next.
No, it's just better just take it straight away. You know, you never know how the game's going to go. But overall, Satanic is farming decently for himself. It's the rest of them who are struggling. And you can feel like P-Vision, they're saying, oh guys, let's just keep focusing on Jikwa, let's bring him down. Has not worked out at all because he's a bear.
He is, isn't he?
Like, you don't want to go top, that's his lair. You don't want to go, and they struggle for it. Bomb 2-1 is going to fall. Reconics in a really good spot. That 20-minute P-Vision prediction, a bit ambitious.
Plays are available.
Yeah.
We have ways of making you mauled. All right. Like notice taking this little double step.
He wants to finish his power tres and then start working towards the Acceptor, which means that he is going to be out of commission for a little while on this Underlord. You know, already only has 400 gold, still needs about nearly 4,000 to finish his item.
4,000.
Satanic as well, working towards Echo Saber. Doesn't
Yeah,
really
go yourself.
good net worth, but it's not effective net worth right now.
No, it's
ကဲပြောလို့မရဘူးဟဲ့ဒီပွဲကဟော long drop game ကောင်းနေလို့ခံစားကဲတကယ်အဲ့ web ကိုလည်း7ချေရိုက်ဖို့တော့မလိုဘူးနောက်
He
ပိုင်း
has a good duo. Once Ducalis hits level 6 at least. Alright, I'll give you another prediction. Will we see a double chain frost because Rubik steals it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the game is in. I mean, you know, it's almost neck and neck. Only a 1k advantage, or less than a 1k for Reconics, but the pace is playing to the advantage of Reconics.
For sure.
You know, usually you just see the lone druid disappear to the woods, come out with a Mjolnir, Ags.
ကဲ long drop ကိုပြတ်တော့တော့မလွယ်ဘူးနော် long drop
And
ဘူး
you
ပုံ
know,
ပြောင်းလာ
since
ရှုပ်
the
ကုန်
changes of the map, and the changes to the gold of the creep wave.
အေးအောက်မှာစေတန်းတွေမှာပြန်တော့လာရ
Valuable Stampede coming in to get them forward onto this.
ဒါနဲ့မလောက်ဘူး။ဘယ်ချက်နောက်ကျနေတယ်စောက်ပြတ်တာလည်းအကန်ကြီးอ่ะ ဘယ်လိုရ green shot 3မတည်လိုက်အောင်
God strength coming out, and they do find it.
ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပေါ့
His teeth are a little sharper than you might think, folks.
green shot infinite
Reconics
show
feel like they want to get more out of the map, even though they are winning, like we're in a winning spot.
Yes.
They're just like, all right, let's see what more we can get. Maybe a dive on Satanic a little bit too.
Hit with the silence, no spell steal for you or any little blinding light just yet. Telekinesis gonna give you some space. Illuminate, whoops, and illuminate no more. Put into darkness.
It's a tough one because
Oh yeah, yeah. ဘယ်လိုဒီမှာတွေးသက်ဆက်နေဟာ
Oh my God, no one picks up enough.
Niche team bro နဲ့နှစ်ကောင်ကဒီဘက်မှာနားနေတာ
Succession gonna come out.
ဇာတ်ရတော့တော်ပါ
3.
and the molding begins.
အဲ့ဒီတင်းနဲ့စောင်းနေတာအားမရဘူးပဲသိရပါနဲ့ကောင်က
Pretty good now, huh, Tomo?
နော် liquid ကို2သေးပါမှာဟုတ်လားမိနစ်30လောက်ပဲနောက်ပွဲလုံးပြတ်ဖြတ်လို့ရ
Dive for Sven. Not
It's
easy
hard,
to
yeah.
do. He is just a very
Like,
tanky
Ama is
guy.
back.
They want to go for him. They didn't have their supports really nearby to get any benefit out of them, and then they're just able to chase them down on the Grimstroke and the Storm as well.
Yeah. He's our strong little guy.
He is. I feel like Reconics, this would have been a better strategy if they played the same way they played game 1. Where they went for the heart and actually were like, hey guys, we got the late game. We got the lone druid. We don't need to make so much moves around the map.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Shield rune. Shield rune and a spirit vessel.
ကဲချက်ချင်းတော့ 1k ပါပြန်တာသွားပြီကျွန်တော် power vision နေနေ
A little.
ကဲဒါကဟိုမှာ suppress
哎 Look at the replay here. It's
Super sharp.
such a good guy. It's past the tier 2.
အဲ့မှာကွာ Green စုပ်ကန် Green စုပ်လေးရှင်ရှောနေ
If he was able to get there in time, maybe that would have changed a lot.
Right.
But notice he's not Dawnbreaker, he's Underlord, but that's still a huge amount of global presence.
Yeah, still able to get across the map. And you know, maybe only making that move with 2 heroes was a bit of folly.
It was.
Oh, back to the live play, folks.
Will also losing his life here by Avarish.
နည်းနည်းမရှိဘူး bro
I think FBZ again.
Yep, FBZ under threat as we are live. Gonna use this Stampede to dodge. Can he bring anybody else with this extra speed? The Solar Bind is divine for P-Vision, and he will go down the continued rise. With that damage amp of the Solar Bind can cut through the thickest of hides, it seems.
Jikro is still farming well, but Reconics made an interesting tactical move here. Oh wait, attack is continued.
Tactical move has been
ကဲ
reversed.
ရမ်းကြုံလာတဲ့ကောင်လေး
One for one as the Grimstroke goes down. Still no Soulbind. Gotta be level 6 to get that one. Must be this tall to ride the ultimate.
Eldrin ရတက်လေ
Coming here, but decides, nah, I'll keep farming.
Yeah.
Staying 1 for 1, but is P-Vision in firm control of the game. Burst Spirit just straight up BKB. And there's really nothing they have on the other side to control him. You
I think only like Soulbind Silence
Yeah.
will probably be the control
The Soulbinds.
for now. If you can steal Sinister Gaze or Stormhammer, or if you steal his own Silence, could be pretty good.
And once he has the BKB, he won't have to worry about anything except the Soulbind though. But okay, noticed. Still durable though.
You're not going to get the 14-minute shrine, but you might get the Underlord, the rest of P-Vision rushing to his aid. Nice Sinister Gaze, but that will break the bounce. In your dream, trying to walk away.
Oh,
the wall hit with the Solar Bind, and no one identifying the vulnerable target. No, the Storm has no mana, no way to escape. They get 1. Can they get 2? No.
Oh.
No, they cannot.
He makes it out and he keeps the Firestorm, a great spell to have. Gives you that percentage damage, it helps him farm a little bit if he wants to use it. But you did trade 1 for 1.
Right, certainly got to be level 4 as well, right?
It's level 4, yeah. It's a max level Firestorm.
It's so tough to play Underlord because you're like, okay, I can either give him level 4 Firestorm or level 4 Pit.
And it's like, maybe I'll give him Feeds Gate and he has the Agate.
အဲ့တော့ check right ကောင်လောက်ပဲအဆင်ပြေတယ်
Agate Pit too, actually.
ခုနပွဲတိုင်းမယ်နော် Stone Split တွေအားလို့အားလေးပိုင်း game ရဆောင်းနေ
Finished on the Lord Druid.
15 minutes.
Mr. Brightside is happy.
I don't know, just I think they.
Now, again, what's the win percentage looking like? Even with the 2,000, 3,000 bunch for P-Vision, yeah, I'm 45 for Reconic teams. Or I would have been surprised if they were the ones who had the 50+%.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still the bear. Like, I'm all in on the bear.
I think P-Vision might just shake that bear. I don't know.
That makes him angry.
Yeah.
You didn't want the bear to be angry.
That's right.
ပေါ်စစ်နိုင်နိုင်လားဆိုတော့မလွယ်ဘူးကိုပြ drop နေတယ်တော့ကြည့်လို့လည်းမရဘူးဒီကောင်လေးကဒီဘက် drop တော့တကယ်ကြိုက်တယ်လို့ကောနဲ့ကိုဒါပေမဲ့ဇာလာရန်ကွာနေတော့ drop ကဘာမှအလုံးမဖြစ်ဘူးဖြစ်ကဲညီလေးတကားနဲ့ရမနေ့ကအတိုင်းပဲနော်အရိုက်တော့
Blink Dagger available. Not going for a harpoon or a BKB. Oh dear.
Spin Blink. They find the Centaur. Would be a nice way to start, but Stampede.
အေးရှေ့မှာအဲ့ဒါလို့
No damage. You get a reset
That guy cool.
timer, and you get out for now. Boulder Smash won't hit, but the Pit finds its way into the Stormhammer. Now right clicks mount. Strength still active.
ညီလေးတော့ fighting game တွေစောပြီးဆိုတော့ကတော့သိတင်သွားတယ် TI မှာလုံးဝ fighting game တွေပဲနော်ကြည့်ရ
Can we look at what he's building?
ဘူးမှလုံး draw တော့နည်းနည်းပြန်ပြောက်ချင်သွားတယ်
At some point.
this one က
Oh, Lotus Orb. Okay.
Yeah.
Helps to remove the call slow. Reflects the chain frost. It's a solid Lotus Orb game, but 9 class.
Yeah, you really need some cheap dispel here because they just have so many valuable spells to throw onto you. But 9 class, as you mentioned, Mitomo will be brought down. Silence applied to the Storm Spirit. Going.
အော်ရတာမင်းဟောင်းတယ်ရော check right ကောင်ကောင်းတယ်အဲ့ဒူးနေကဲရီဒီကောင်နော် check right
Soul of no one. Steal it right from.
As he around 1 minute
resonates. No one. Also, a little bit of post-mortem revenge. Wicked.
Okay, you are
Kill streak was ended in favor of Reconics. A little bit of gold going back to the Storm, or the Earth Spirit. Sorry.
He tried to use his ultimate on the Storm to dodge some of the damage coming out for that to magnetize, but unfortunately just did not have enough mana to time it out.
When was the last time you were put into timeout?
Oh, no, now I'm giving out timeouts. See? Well, probably the last time I visited my mom, you're like, why aren't you smiling being happy? You're on timeout.
Not Dota chat?
No, oh, no, never. Never. Somehow, I despite all I say, I seem to somehow.
That's because people in SEA can take it.
Yes.
They can. They'll dish it out. They'll dish it out for sure, but they can also take it in return.
Yeah, you're like, you insult me, insults you right back. You're like, I like this guy. He's got spunk.
That's right. Nobody hates anybody more than they like to win.
Yeah. Victory is all that matters. Like, once you win after you insult him for 40 minutes, he's like, tip. You know, you give them a command, they commend you back. You're like, all's forgiven. We won.
그래 지금 스프레카를 트랩톤네 살.
But right now, it's not exactly a clean slate
Yeah, I know.
for Recon. XP Vision has a bit of an advantage, but again, it's not a bad situation to be in.
Except if you're a Grimstroke.
အဲ့ဒီစားနော်ခွဲကြတယ်ကျန်တဲ့နှစ်ပွဲရကြတော့သူတို့ကအမလို့တိတ်ဆောက်ရမလို့ဆော့ပရိသတ်တွေပိုင်းလည်းမပါ
Is Sven the answer?
Group stage မှာတော့ပရိသတ်နဲ့တပွဲလုပ်ချင်
Might be.
But both heroes love to sort of AFK farm for the first 20 minutes of the game.
အနမိုင်းတွေအလောတွေကလည်းဆက်ပြပဲရင်သွားတော့ပစ်နှစ်ခါရင်ဆောင်းတာဆောပိုင်းကျွန်တော် full set တွေပိုင်းလည်းဘယ်သူမှမသွားနိုင်သေးတဲ့အချိန်မှာကျွန်တော်ပစ်နှစ်ခါဆိုတော့လှုပ်လို့မရတော့but yeah
Okay, I can get behind that. Aghanim Scepter on the Underlord.
Finally,
It's gonna be hard to get out of that pit.
ကဲဒီတော့ဘယ်လောက်ကြည့်ရင်သွားမယ်ဟိုမှာ trap တော့စားတယ်
So I don't know if he wants to skip the Sanj, but he really needs BKB because MT's got nothing that goes through BKB.
Right.
But if you get caught by one pit from the Fiend's Gate, then there's like every one of them has some sort of stun or silence.
It is tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, maybe the Coddle's not so bad, but even the Blinding Light is like that push.
ကျွန်တော်ကြည့်တော့မနေ့ကအေးပြထားတယ်ဒီနေ့ကဆော့အေးတော့
Positioning is king.
separate will be 8 oh silent ဒီဘက်မှာ oh ကြည့်အောင်
Still not able to save their storms.
လုံးဝကြိုက်တယ်လို့ပဲ magnetite တွေအကုန်လုံးပွားပြီးပါပြီ
The Venn diagram might just turn into a win diagram here for P Vision on.
တက်ဂရိုင်းဝက်လောက်ပဲ damage ထွက်ကြည့်နေ
And a little bit of revenge as they target the Underlord. Chain Frost bouncing, but they also lose the Rubik. And now.
စစ်တမ်းနဲ့ခုမှရောက်လာကဲရပါပြီကျွန်တော် separate ပွဲသွားတော့
Still sub 20 minutes. The prediction could ring true if
နော် group stage တွေဆိုတော့ပွဲပြတ်တာတွေများ
we've now seen a few times now is
ဒီကမှာပွဲရတာတော့ပြတ်နေတာလို့ပွဲပြတ်တာတွေ
consistently
များ
would be going for Kaya
Come on, look at two
actually turning that Kaya into a meteor
ဂျေ
hammer,
လေးတော့တော့လာ
which is I like the adjustment a lot in theory because we've often talked about Largo as a relatively unimpactful hero for the first 15 minutes, but suddenly the hero has tower pressure, he can walk from safe lane to mid, and that's exactly what they did there. So I'm personally going to have to be factoring that in to how I read teams' drafts, and I'm assuming the teams will do the same when you see a Largo and what it represents for the game plan.
Well, we got our opening picks with the Snapfire and the Bane. I'm a bit confused, Effie, about the Mirana ban.
Oh, I was gonna say, Mirana incoming for Mr. Zinkyu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Bane Mirana classic.
Okay, the classic.
Just like the Clockwork Willow.
Oh, yeah, that one.
He loves this hero. And he played it a lot during TI qualifiers from what I've seen. And Bane is one of those heroes that opens up unusual combos that we're not used to seeing, like the Mirana. So while it does look odd, it makes sense within context of the draft. Snap, on the other hand, that's no surprise. She's banned in almost every game. She just wins that mid lane way too hard. The flex is also open, but for the most part, you know it's going mid.
Yeah, I wonder what is the percent flex here? Because I know teams like Team Yandex very commonly flex the Snapfire to Soxa on the 4. But I imagine it is most likely mid. The most important thing for me about Snap, though, at least from what I saw at Dream League, was if you pick a melee, it block picks all the melee guys. You don't want to do that in the mid lane. But if they pick like an Invoker or a Zeus or some ranged spellcaster, Snapfire has felt relatively lackluster because I don't think the hero's good enough anymore to just trade evenly mid. Or like maybe go 55-45. I think the whole point of Snap is that she has this like insane laning stage and then a bunch of damage to follow it up and it bleeds into the rest of the map. So I would hope they have some flex there.
There's also a game that XXS played where he was the offlane Snapfire.
Yeah, I'm a Snapfire.
Team Spirit did that in Dream League as well, actually, where they moved Collapse to offlane.
Snapfire နော်နည်းနည်းတော့ပြန်ပြောင်းနေဟီရော
Keep an eye out for.
For sure. I mean,
ဒီဘောလေ2-0 ပဲတော့ထင်ရ
Snapfire
မယ်
into Vici Gaming, who have XM, who plays all of the ranged lane dominators that can beat up Snapfire. He plays Viper, he plays Sniper, he plays Razor.
He plays so much Viper that they've decided to first round ban that hero. That's how much Viper he plays.
Snapfire Claw or long Snapfire ဖြစ်မယ်တယ်နော်
I don't blame
အဲ
him
ဟုတ်တ
one
ယ်
bit.
မြန်မာ
We got the clockwork and the ringmaster coming
အဲ့ဒါ
in.
ကိုလာကျွန်တော်
So
Snapfire
lucky in
off
the
တွေပိုင်းလဲ
snap
လို့
fire
လို
as a
ဆော့တာ
core,
မျိုး
you
ရှိ
know, could be still mid and potentially off lane, but for sure locking in 2 supports with those.
Yeah, Ringmaster conceptually counters both Wind Ranger and Bane because they're both very heavy on single target, and the escape act kind of nullifies what Bane wants to do in that early game entirely. It puts you in a position where suddenly you have to pick backline dive, go on the Ringmaster first, and then your Bane can play team fights. Otherwise, his job is way too hard.
As a carry player, it's very difficult to itemize or draft around Bane. Like, it's just a very anti-carry hero, and by picking the Ringmaster, it makes Yaturo's life a lot easier because I don't have to be an illusion hero. I don't have to be somebody who jumps the Bane. I can just have a Ringmaster behind me ready to do exactly what Mira just said. They go for the Pangolier. Against the Snap, I think that would struggle a little bit. I guess it
Also
potentially
flex,
could be
no?
for Bach, yeah. And they do have overall last pick. So I maybe like this. I guess this is a
အဲ့တော့
bit of
ဘိန်းရဲ့
flex with
win
the Wind
range
Ranger
လာ
too.
ကွာရဲ့ပန်ကိုရဲ့
So I think that they're gonna have to reveal something here.
And you need the backline control for the Ringmaster. Like, you need these dive heroes like Pango in order for your Bane to play. But there is an issue of the Snapfire scaling versus Pangolier. When Snapfire was trending at Dream
အဲ့
League,
တော့နော်ပန်ကိုက
in that late game with one little shredder and one
အ
scaling
ကလောဝ
damage
ကြီး
item,
ပါတာ
she
ကို
was
နော်ပန်ကို
one
ပစ်တာ
shot
တွေတော့သိမကြ
Pangos.
ဘူးတကယ်တကယ်အရေးကြောင်းကိုစောတက်လေအဲ့ကောတယ်
Target physical damage from Pango's
Oh,
one of
yeah,
the few
yeah.
because Ringmaster's box gives you 80% magic resistance. So Pangolier is one of the few heroes that can actually do meaningful damage within the escape act. Which is interesting because Vici is now drafting more for game matchups. While I think it's kind of at the sacrifice of a lane matchup.
I mean, if you're gonna assume they're not gonna do well in the lanes anyway,
There you go.
there you go.
You never want to be drafting like that. Like,
I know,
oh,
I
we're
know.
gonna get
We can't win them
Pangos.
anyway. Just give it up.
No, they can win lanes. Just
ကဲဒီမှာစန်တော့ပဲအဲ့တော့ပန်ကိုမယ်နော်
so locking in the Pango as well, though.
Yeah, that means that Wind Ranger. I mean, they could end up picking Zenku heroes last.
Oh,
But
she-
that
Kone
likely
kalo
means
ko
that
take
it's a
from
Shiro
you.
hero
Kangu
coming out
sample.
last and Wind Ranger going.
ကဲလိုက်စီလာလေးထက်ရွေးလိုက်မလား
I think the escape act, like Mira was saying, it does make
Why is
Wind
Tila
Ranger
like
carry's life a
Tejuin?
lot more difficult. Support Wind Ranger's a lot less about the focus fire, so Ringmaster would only be good against Bane there, which still makes it a good pick. But I guess I would not want to be a Wind Ranger carry, given the matchups that I see so far.
For sure. I mean, I remember this one game where Nightfall was playing Wind Ranger against Not Me's Ringmaster, and
Yeah.
he made his life a
အာ
lot
ငါမဘလို့မြင်နေ
easier.
DDI မှာချန်ပီယံဖြစ်မယ်တင်နေတယ်
This
တော်
is
တော်
the kind of game
ဒါပေမဲ့မဟုတ်လေအချိန်တွေတော့စောင့်ကြည့်အောင်ပါဘောခုမှဒါ cruise stage ဆိုတော့ဒီ ISO ဝကမှာတတိယလောက်ရရင်တော့ maybe TI မှာမျောလင်းချက်ရှိပါတော့အနည်းဆုံးတော့တတိယ stroke လောက်ရမှာအခုက cruise stage ဆိုတော့နည်းမှန်းရတာပြီးတော့ cruise stage ဆိုတော့အသင်းနိုင်ကအဲ့လိုမျိုးအထားတယ်မသိသေးဘူးဆိုတော့အခုလိုမျိုးချမ်းပြလိုက်ရင်နောက်ပွဲကျရင်ဥမာ Duran of Necro အစောရရဘန်းကြတော့
for yourself, but especially as a carry player, it's like I hate buying Nullifier, so having in a mid laner who can against Ringmaster is really nice. So I think even though they don't have that in the early to mid game, I think they will have an answer
အဲ့တော့စင်းတော့စဉ်းစားနေပြီ
much later on. Ags doesn't make it indispellable or anything like that, right?
No, it just gives you more charge.
ကဲတော့လေရှီရိုပြန်ပြမယ်
Terror Blade again, but this time on the side.
ဟိုလိုက်စီလာတော့တက်ပစ်မထည့်စန်တော်ပဲဟိုဘက်ကလည်းဆိုအမေအဲ့လို
So
ဘိန်းနေ
then
ဝင်းရ
against
နေကြတော့
Bane, he's
ဘယ်လိုက်စီလာ
not
နည်းနည်း
gonna
လိုက်ရိုက်
use
ကြတာ
Terror,
ဘာ
just
ညာခက်
sprint.
တာ
So again, Bane's life,
တဲ့တာပြိ
he does not have an easy task at all in this game. And the scaling against Centaur, the damage boost, the synergy with Snapfire's little shredder and armor reduction, they're going to be able to take early Tormentors, they're going to be able to take Roshan. It fits very nicely.
I think what's interesting about TB for me is that the hero's identity later on in the game, I think, has transitioned a lot. I think he used to be a lot about being like a man fight carry that says you can't enter into my ring of metamorphosis attack range and otherwise I'll shred you. But I think a lot of the lineups we saw last game as well that deal with Terror Blade quite well are ones that force him to run away from you. And I think that oddly enough, his identity in teamfights for me has kind of shifted. It's not like 1-to-1, but it's shifted in the direction of a drow, where it's like you want your teammates to initiate the point of contact, and then you want to just be wailing on people with a butterfly and a daedalus, just doing a ton of damage. So I'm curious right now. What I'm looking at with Team Spirits
Yes,
draft is
but,
there's no one on their team that really minds getting initiated onto. Like, yeah, Ringmaster is gonna save you.
လောင်း
but then
အ
it's
မ
always like,
လေး
then
ဒီဘက်က
what?
ပြန်ပန်းတယ်ပန်းကို
And
နဲ့
right
တိတ်
now,
မှာ
I'm
voice
hoping
split တွေပါရ
Collapse
ကျွန်တော်လောင်းမှာ
picks-
နော်
I guess
voice
they're
split တိတ်
eyeing
ဆို
that it might be a Snapfire off lane, but there really needs to be a go in and
Stone
draw
split
attention to yourself kind
yeah
of
Stone
hero.
split လေဆိုတော့မဆိုခဏ fire
How about
off
this
ပြီးတော့
hero
Stone split
that you might have heard about?
နော်မလေးရမစ
Turn
က fire
himself
မြစ်တယ်
into
လေ
a
collab ကို
roll
နည်းနည်း
about, a roll in,
and
and
alone
he
တွေပါရ
wants
ရှိ
to
တယ်
clear.
collab hero
No, Earth Spirit.
Oh, okay.
collab တိုက်ဟန်တာတို့ MOR တို့နော် and alone တို့ပါ
Earth Spirit is still in the pool. Is what my point
True.
was.
That would do the job. I actually think that would be a really nice pick for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they ban it. I feel like I've never seen an Earth Spirit banned throughout this tournament. He's either been
No, he's
ignored
been
or
first face banned a lot.
oh, I just thought I'm getting first phase picked.
အဲ့ဒီမောင်ကဒီပွဲပြင်တာမှာ
That too.
It's one of those heroes that I don't think he's game defining enough to ban a lot of the time, but then you see Malrine magnetize himself for a minute and a half earlier, and that's pretty game defining by my definition.
With the Muerta
Yeah,
ban,
Muerta.
are you worried about potential Necrophos coming out?
I guess I would say yes. Like, I think Terrorblade doesn't. Like, Muerta's good against Terrorblade in theory because she's all magic damage against your high armor, but I don't think it's worthy of a ban just because I have a TB. So yeah, I think Necrophos is a worthwhile consideration here. It would be a hero that draws attention to itself like I was hoping for. My only concern if they were to do that is I'm always weary of picking Necrophos.
Thank
with
you. I'm
because of
excited.
who
But
he's
not
also
all
countered
here.
by Nullifier.
Yeah. I think you just need a carry right now on Vici that can buy Nullifier
Yeah,
and
like,
do
let's
damage.
think about, like, yeah,
against
like, no,
Terrorblade.
I don't
Fit the
know.
bill
I get it, no, but
nicely.
draw me up with the
Other
wrong bit.
carries
Who know,
that
man,
are
draw
early
me
in
up.
Nullifiers like Templar Assassin, for example, don't have naturally good matchups into Terrorblade. So they're had a
Well,
smaller
Taiji
pool.
going, Taiji
Another
went
early
on, Taiji
Nullifier
went on.
buyer that can get on top of TV is the Spectre, and they take out what I think were the two best options there. So I don't know if Necrophos is in consideration as a pick for Team Spirit. I might be wrong, but I would like more of things along the lines of that Earth Spirit that you suggested. Something that just goes in,
Fair enough.
stuns for the TB.
Well, they are running out of time, and it will be an axe.
Axe.
I hope he
Collab-
has the
ခွဲပြီလား
automaton skin, especially in celebration.
အဲ့ Terrorblade ကိုနည်းနည်းပြဖို့ဖန်နေမိမယ်ကောင်ကလောက်လောက်ကြည့်နေတော့ဟမ်ဘက Snapfire နဲ့လည်းတွဲလို့ရ
But I digress.
I was thinking about it earlier when they picked
Thank
Ringmaster.
you.
because Clockwork's
Cô chỉ
also
là
like
quên
a
mà
robotic
sao hả?
guy.
Yeah.
I'd given up on it when they
အော်
didn't
အဲ့
go
ဒီ
the
အော်
option
စပရစ်ဘောက်ပွဲမှာ
one of the heroes getting the
Game
new
2မှာ
sets.
ဆောက်လာလားမ
They
သိ
do-
ဘူး
he
ကွာ
better
အဲ့ဒီက game 1ပြပြီးတော့မထက်ပါ
It is especially important.
အော်မနေ့ကလားမနေ့ကလည်းကျွန်
How
တော်
do
တို့
you feel about the
ပါရီနဲ့
axes?
VC
Did you
game
have
ပြ
all
တယ်
the boxes that you wanted it to tick? And
Yeah,
there's
I'm a
still the Necro just
Necrophos.
on the
On
other
the other
side.
team, which is great now that you see the axe.
ကျွန်တော် carry အဲ့ငကမောင်အားချလို့တင်နေ Necrophos တွေပါလာလို့
No carry comfortably lanes into this idea that axe is going to.
ဒီကတော့ X ကိုတော်တော်ကြီးတာတယ်အဲ့ Necrophos
You're not really doing damage to yourself. You're
This
not
is
really
it.
out of lane.
I know.
The two times that I saw Team Spirit lose their early game yesterday versus Nemesis, Collapse was playing axe both times.
Yeah, I mean, Axe is one of his worst matchups is Necro because basically all the melee guys are best against Axe in game, but then they usually don't do the best in lane because of the spin. So, and then all the ranged heroes that do well against him in lane die to the Blade Milk Call. But like Mira said, Necro's the only hero that does both lane counter you and game counter you. I love Necro carry. I was talking about it.
အဲ့
before
ဒါ
the
တော့ drop
series.
ကြည့်ကြမလို့
We've
ဒီ
actually
ပွဲ
been seeing
separate
him
တူတူပဲ
rotate a
လား
lot to the
Gaming drop ကတော့တော်တော်တင်းတင်းလေးတော့ခံစားရတယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့ဒီပွဲတော့ drop နဲ့တော့မဆိုင်တဲ့ပွဲမျိုးပဲ
11-minute radiance, the beauty of this
မလိုက်
hero
ပြောတော့ဒီပွဲ VC Gaming drop လေးကိုနည်းနည်းတော့ပုံချက်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ကစားတာကြီးကတော်တော်ကြီးဆိုးလို့
Radiance
Super
usually
two
earlier
even
than
good.
like an alchemist. I love the Necro pick. He is dealing with a save from the Ringmaster, so Reaper's Scythe is not a big part of his kit, but he does offer a lot of early to mid game tempo. They have like a physical scaling mid laner with the Pangolier, which is what you always have to consider if you have a magic damage carry like Necro.
5 level
I like the Necro pick a lot. I think I've been not liking Axe picks. And I don't think it offered them. Because the difference between Axe and Earth Spirit is Earth Spirit will be the point of contact. He will go first and just draw attention. Axe is going to wait for something to happen and then go. And I don't necessarily think that rounded Team Spirits draft off as well.
But we said at some point during this draft that the Pangolier up against the Snapfire in the mid lane would not be great for the Pangolier. And that was a pick that was done. The Pango was picked into Snap.
Yeah, I mean, it's Snapfire favored, but Pango still has ways to disengage from the creep wave. He has shield crash out, he has a swashbuckle out, and he hunts the backline. It's very important to have this hero to go in and look for the ringmaster, and I think what he does for the game is more important than having the best lane against Snapfire.
I think the mid lane is only consequential if Laurel turns that into going bottom with his early level 6 and then ruining Shiro's early advantage. If he does that, then I think the Pango was effectively a detriment to them, but that's kind of the win condition, I think, for Spirits early to mid game. It'll open up Collapse's game, but I'm still favoring them as a team.
I'm looking.
ကိုလည်း app ကတော့ ဆောင်းမချစ်ခံမှာ Necro ကြီးနဲ့ lane ထဲမှာဘာမှလုပ်လို့မရ
Oh, here we go. Oh,
အခု
here we
တွေ
go.
ဖြတ်ရှင်းပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်အဆင်မြောင်နေမလားเนาะ
He
တယ်
he's
ကိုလည်းဆက်
very sparkly though, I will say.
My immersion.
Lame.
That's a lot
Ringmaster's
of
got a good set though.
That is true. We're finding out what's going to happen in this game number 2 with Sansvan and Kezu.
I think Collapse needs a third TI victory in order to afford that set, it seems. Very unfortunate for the viewers, of course, as we get into game number 2. Vici versus...
ဒီလိုပါ NRT ဘယ်တော့ over တော့ကြိုက်တယ်
could
နော်
not hold on in that game.
လောက်နီးနီး video game ဆောင်းနိုင်မှုတော့မျှော်လင့်ရမှာဘာလို့ဒီ video game နဲ့ Necro တွေပွားတယ်နဲ့ပန်ကိုတွေဆန်တော့တယ်အားဒီတိုင်းပဲအရင်ထွက်တဲ့ကော3ကောင်နဲ့
Went from
အမေအချိန်တိုင်းက separate နိုင်မှထင်တယ်ဆိုတော့ပုံစံကကေးတော့ over သွားမယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ separate ပဲနိုင်မှထင်တာ
exploded on an instant. I do like
They
that
over
Vici
there,
have kind of
damn, people,
cooked
yeah.
themselves up
Oh,
here.
they are, yeah,
So,
charming,
of course, the
Trump,
Necro
yeah.
was talked about a lot on the panel, rightfully so.
They
It's
know.
a very good pick
Bro,
here.
Kilo
Ascalon
from
also
video game,
taking a very big beating here.
Yeah,
Same
but
goes
not
for
me has
Y.
the knives. Y is going to survive this. Shiro
well,
will
let's
make
end
sure of
recon,
it.
right?
So we've been seeing this for a while already. Like this is not some like new thing that's coming out where you pick Necro safe lane into Axe. It's
တော့3ကိုတည်းမှာ shot ပစ်လိုက်တာထိသွားတာ
so obviously
Sentry
Vici
top
are
down
very happy with that. But the good thing for
ဒီနေ့
Spirits
တော့
is that
LGD
they
ဘက်မ
have
ပြပြ
ways
တော့
to
ဘူး
deal with it
ဒီ
later.
ဒါ
Like
ပြီမနေ့က
Snapfire
တနားရီ
is
ခွဲလား 2 နာရီလောက်မှအိတ်လိုက်
ways
တော့ဒီနေ့လည်း
and
ပြန်စောအိတ်လိုက်
some of these like lane dominating carries because when you get your ult, it doesn't matter who the hell you are. When Snapfire shows up on your lane with kisses, you're gonna die.
That's right. XM will be playing against that Snapfire on that Pangolier, and how does this matchup supposed
this
to go?
is very Snapfire favored. It used to be even more Snapfire favored when the innate used to work on
မအေးစခရီးတကောင်မှမစားသေးဘူးတော်သေးတယ်တကောင်စားသွား
Snapfire deals a sick ton of damage.
ဒါမှတက်နေတာတော့ဒီနေ့သိလားနော်တကောင်မှမစားသေးဘူးအေးစ
It's a very Snapfire like favored lane, but Pango's very good in the game against you until later when you get like your 20 and 25 talent, maybe you play physical Snap, then it's Snap favored again.
Glad to see Necro back in the...
Yeah, this hero is so satisfying.
OG တို့အဲ့ဟောတော့တောက်ဆိုတယ် OG တို့ one win တော့ဒီပွဲတွေပြီး
He's playing the Terrorblade this time.
Eh,
Bach
oh my
back
God,
on his,
Joro.
he's Bach on his Centaur.
ဘပွဲတော့မကြည့်ဖြစ်တော့ဘူးဒီနေ့အင်္ဂလန်နေ့မှာပဲအင်္ဂလန်နော်ဝင်းနေ့မှာပဲကြည့်
Centaur's back. You love this hero.
What do you mean back? He's never gone anywhere.
Oh, he was not that good for quite a while.
I mean, it was like 6 months he was semi-picked, and then before that he was picked every game.
Sometimes
for
I
3
wonder
years.
what games you're watching and what games I'm watching.
Just watching my own games, I guess.
Probably. Centaurs in every one of them.
90% pick rate for me on Centaur,
Yep.
so, you know, it is what it is.
ဘယ်သူကောင်းပါလိမ့်နဲ့မှန်တယ်
Since they came
တော
out
င်းရော
with
လောက်က
that set,
စောင့်တယ်
where he's a
courier set.
donkey.
ဟိုကြီးတဲ့စကားပြောဖို့စောင့်နေရတာ
Support
ဒီ
battle.
တော့ပြောပေးလား
Not me versus Y, and not me comes out on top. They probably gave
ဘောရော
3
ကို
minutes
ပိုင်တော့ဆရာမှားမယ်နော်မနစ်ကလည်းမနစ်ကမဟုတ်ဘူး
The
ဒီ
cloud
ကဘာကလာတော့လည်းအဲ့လိုပဲမော်ရိုကိုကြီးရမ်းကျဲနေတဲ့အချိန်မှာပြည်စင်းနဲ့တွေ့တော့မော်ရိုကိုမလုံနိုင်
Instances like this, that was kind of
ဘူးငယ်
nice.
လင်းနဲ့ကလည်းဒီပုံစံ
He
ပဲ
was able to outtrade Y in like, even though Y had a level advantage on him. I also want to see, because people have played this Axe Necro matchup a lot, you need to go Helm of Dominator on Axe to like later on try and skip the wave and like not really lane into him and just like get some stuff going. Because not just that, but
And
also
I'm
the
good.
HP
Key
matchup,
over
you
throw the
do
watch
not
out,
want
boy.
to interact with Necro. That is how you lose. This guy just slowly wins the lane, he keeps healing, he keeps, you know, being full HP. And it's also not just the fact that he counters you, he keeps his support on full HP like all the time with the heals against the Battle Hunger.
Yep, that's true. So what is the idea behind Axe this game?
Well, it was definitely very good, like, for them until they... I mean, obviously, the last pick, Necro, is supposed to be good, right, when it comes out then. But it is very good. You want the type of lockdown for the Snapfire. And it is very good against heroes like...
ဘာလို့ကမာတယ်ကွာဖြတ်မစားဘူးလေအဆင်ပြေအောင်လို့လုပ်လို့လုပ်
with the TB.
ဒါပေမဲ့ level 3 1 နှစ်စင်းလောက်ပြင်သွားရင်တော့မရတော့ဟုတ်မှရင်တော့ကျုံးနေရတော့မှာ
So,
ကလ
not
ပ်
gonna lie, Collapse has played Axe twice and he demolished both games. So
They
there's also
actually just
flavor.
fortify for that single creep there?
Yep.
And he didn't even go for it. What the hell?
I mean, unless there was something in the mid lane, of course, we didn't see.
Germany took all out of
Usually,
your
you know, it's the
Germany
nerdy
and Brazil.
lane thing. Oh, you get
Yeah,
a deny here, you do something there.
They still haven't added that yet.
ဒီ
where
နေ့
you
က
can
end
see
door
the
နေနေ
fortify, right?
ကောင်းနေပြောရ
I
အောင်
don't know which mid player player I played with, but at some point, I think it may have been Quinn. He's like,
ကဲတော့ဒီမှာတူရိုဒီမှာ first blood အေးစေးအောက်မှာကောလက်ခေါင်းမာနေတာရောက်ရင်
Kills bottom
they
lane
got a
as
kill
well.
here?
အော်မသိ
Why
ဘူး
is
ကောလက်
taken out despite all the heals from Shiro. Looks like not me will be the trade. Does pop the fairy fire, not gonna be enough.
နော်မီ
That was
Very close though.
Does take down to it. A bit surprised that there was even a 1-for-1 trade to begin with, but
ကောလက်မစိုးဘူးပြောရမယ်ဒီလိုလိန်ကိုမနေအောင်ဆော့နိုင်တော့
Necro
separate
is
တော့မိုက်
very, very scary. Like this hero already free farms, and now he got a kill as well in the lane. It's oh, this is quite cool. You know, with
Kill
the
ba,
left
ko
side,
kill
he's
ba ro
trying
ma
to
jai bu
triangle
boy
to
ya.
stack. Now meant
He
to play
end
the
up.
water rune.
မဟုတ်ကေး over ကြိုက်တယ်
The
ပြောတာ
shield crash.
ဒီအန်နာ
Gonna get some TP support from Ru. We'll be able
ဒီ
to
စက်
TP
ခွန်
the
ထိ
high
ကြိုက်
ground.
တယ်
Well, luckily we don't have bottle refills anymore. That was garbage.
Yeah, that was I always hated that
No,
mechanic.
that was a great removal.
ကဲရှီရို
And it was in for so
နော်
long,
ဒီ
too,
လိမ့်မှာ
like
သူ
a decade.
I mean, before that you could even refill it with couriers. This is like very long,
Yeah,
time
it's
ago,
just-
like 10 years.
အဲ့နကရိုးတွေကမိုက်တော့မိုက်တယ်နော်ပြီးတော့ပစ်ကတက်တယ်သူကရိုးသုံးလုံးနဲ့ဆော့လို့ရတယ်ကယ်ရီဆော့မလားမစ်ဆော့မလား off lane ဆော့
Very random. Band-aid
Ay,
fixes
takuha
always
lang.
fun.
But for now, yeah, of course, Shiro's
Ay,
doing
PI
very,
man,
very
nagkaroon
well
lang,
in this
wala
bottom
lang.
lane, but if you are willing your way through with the
ဒီတော့
axe,
မြပြောက်လိုက်တာလို့နော်
certainly
နကရိုး
happy.
ဘူးမဟုတ်
Because the
ဘူး
other thing too is you cannot creep skin. Usually you can against Necro.
ဒီတော့စစ်တမ်းနဲ့ကောင်လုံးတည်းမနခါလေးလုံးလုံးလို့နကရိုးကယ်ရီဆော့အမေနောက်ပိုင်းကတော့အသင်းတော်များများလိုက်ဆော့ရ
And Shiro right now doing pretty damn good in the CS department, but you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
Yatoro not too far behind on that Terrorblade.
It's funny because already at this point, a lot of the heroes in this game can like think about some of the first moves. Like if you're Shiro, you're gonna have to pay attention to Lars level 6 and a TP rotation. And if you're VG, you're already talking about the enemy triangle. You know that they're stacking for collapse. And not just do they have a very strong save, then you have Pango. Pango loves connecting to some of these early moves and like just being able to play into that, maybe aggress into the triangle, steal the sacks, or also kill some heroes.
30 seconds away from the first power room. We'll see how aggressive these supports want to be and taking that potential first fight of the game.
အေး
Oh, the unicycle, not enough for not me. Man, I always get really excited with that thing.
We saw it yesterday used for like 0.1 seconds and it just always got insta-cancelled. So this is
Really?
the third time it hasn't done anything.
I didn't see that.
No, I did.
It's one of the coolest spells in the game. Just
Yeah.
for some reason it sucks.
It's just so hard to use. I do love when people like use it to cruise into the mid lane to like the active rune.
I mean, what would you want to see change with it then?
Maybe there should be like a damage threshold of how you get like bounce.
အားလေးရဗီဒီယိုမြတာမှတော့ဒီပွဲကနည်းနည်းကြည့်ကောင်းပါအားလေးကစပရစ်တာနေဘလို့မှမမြ
Gets nightmared for his troubles.
ရပန်
though.
ကိုရိုးလေးရှိတယ်အိဆန်
Doesn't have the unicycle any longer. He's gonna get
Oh,
gone.
yeah,
as
quality
Collapse
was in.
comes in as well with the battle hunger onto Y and the first ult from XM.
အော်အလုံးတိုက်တာလွဲသွားပြီရောက်ရေးအိဆန်နော်ဗီဒီယိုဒီမှာမသိဘူး
Pretty damn good position. Y taking the brunt
Oh,
of this,
no,
but
not Tito,
it'll be a
I mean,
trade
Ethan,
of
piano
support
free,
from
yeah,
XM out of mana. Outnumbered as well.
That's
Battle
why I
hunger
see.
gonna shrug it off for now. Still wants to stay around apparently. Scatterblast.
ဟောဝမ်းသုံးလိုက်တာနဲ့
He's trying to summon
Oh,
Fade
now
because you know
Monaco,
Shiro's
yeah.
around, but you can see that both teams already warded the river, so they knew that Shiro was walking over, like what he's doing currently. You know, very early level 6.
ဒါ quality တဲ့ကဒီပွဲက KO ပါလို့ပြောပါတယ်
Steal for Shiro.
Now this is very, very nice.
Necro seeing these, you get very happy.
I mean,
We'll be
this
going
is,
for Radiant's first item.
this is one of the strengths. Heard BSJ talk about it on the panel. You know, one of the things that's so nice about Necro is you don't really need to upgrade any items. You just go boots, fluffy hat, you get a magic wand, and you go straight Radiance. Collapse hitting some.
Getting bullied out a bit here.
Did sneak into the nice though, which is quite nice for him.
And I
စပရစ်
do
တူး
believe
စီပဲချိန်နေတူးစီပါမယ်
for
ဟုတ်
that
တယ်
stack.
Oh, he should.
Uh,
They
basically,
need
it's alright,
to
it's from
respect
Kong.
this first snap fire.
အဲ့တော့စပရစ်ကလည်းလက်ချီသူတို့ကိုကမီပို့ချကားတွေပါတယ်နဲ့သိရမလားအေးစေ
Make use of the fact that they are going so deep into your triangle.
အဲ့တော့နော်ညီလေးတို့နဲ့ကိုရိုးနဲ့တွေ့ရပွဲတော့ချီကောင်းမတယ်နဲ့စပရစ်ပါရီ
Yeah, they get this one for free.
So very good early macro
နက်ပြန်တွေ့မှာတယ်
coming out from VG.
Also,
These
Bolu
agents
up.
are the important one for Axe, for Collapse to get a healthy amount of farm. It looks like Not Me will be able to get another stack going here as the rest of Vici have exited the area.
I mean, it's definitely some very nice hero synergy too. Like, of course, Bane with Necro. Not just are you a strong lane, but now that you had a good lane, your Bane is very much freed up to
န
walk
ကရိုးလေး
around.
ကတော့
And
တော်
of
တော်
course,
တော့
in
တာ
this first
တာပါ
nighttime,
ပြီခုမှ
can easily
တော့
walk
ကလပ်က
in
တာ
here
ဂျန်ငယ်ပါညာတိုးတာမဲ့ S ကိုအဲ့လိုသိရမလားပြီးပြီးတော့တို့
Yep, that's the
Yep,
plan.
that's-
စတက်တွေပါစားကျင်တဲ့ပုံစံ
Yeah, I knew he
မျိုး
was
ပဲ
gonna do that one.
innocent ဆိုတဲ့အထဲထိရောက်လာပြီဒီမှာအိတ်ဆက်ဆိုလည်းဖျဲကြပဲအဲ့တော့ဒီဂိမ်းမှာမိုက်တော့မိုက်ပါတယ်ဒီပွဲတို့
Gets the chip vest.
အားလေးဖိမှရမှာဆိုတော့အဲ့လိုတောက်လျှောက်ဖိ
Nope, shield crash on the Laurel. He just jumps right over him with the cookie.
Yep, gets a little bowling ball in the face.
Yeah, the
That's
mana
okay,
burn
bolo
is kind
view
of
lo-
annoying for
Bruce ga
XM.
piyam sa us.
Won't make it to the other side of the river though. Still working on his diffusal. I mean, what's the first
Yeah,
item
man,
going to
yeah.
be for the Snapfire?
It's usually boots of travel.
Oh, it's suddenly
There's like
ma.
not really too much deviation.
Not
by
really.
Shackle.
Yeah, no follow-up though.
Yeah, looks like they're just gonna leave it be. And I do like the magic build overall a little bit more. It is also what he has queued up. You know, the travels with the shard, the Kaya, BKB. Bot in trouble.
Oh boy.
Yeah, baby, maybe.
He should live, but kind of wasted spells here. As XM and Y teaming up, try to take out Not Me. Mortimer's not going to be enough to kill off the Centaur.
These are some big wins for Vici. Well, hold that for now. It's XM.
Oh no, là no me.
Roach?
Are you going to
Oh,
die to
baby,
Not Me?
the let's say to what? Ha, that ni na yung no me.
Not Me. Illusion Rune. Not going to be enough. He does fall in the end.
Ay,
my
matan
goodness,
ho
it
ho.
shows
Ay, sa dro
off
pa ko wala.
1 versus 2.
Ito mo lang ang light right now. Mo piya matawa
See
ala.
the initial start, but yeah,
Mandate
definitely
hawa.
not respecting what can happen in that situation.
Oh my god, no.
Like that was so good initially for Vici. You just have full freeform on your Necro bottom. You baited out the meta in the top lane, and the first Snapfire ult didn't really grant them anything. Which means this is another full minute where Shiro has 0 pressure on him. Yeah, this is gonna be like an 11-minute Radiance, maybe 11:30. So very, very happy days for the Necro. Haven't talked about Yatoro yet, but he's also had an absolute freebie of a game. 5k net worth.
Oh, Yatoro ya puta. Ay, Yatoro enemy. All my video game ma pi nai me pyo me 7 minute de yi.
Allowing you to farm that jungle pretty easily in melee form.
That's always one of like the main core items. It's just too good.
ဟောနေကောင်နေငါမဝေးမကြည့်ဘူးလားမသိဘူးကွာနဂရိုးနဲ့ဆိုအားလီဘယ်လိုဖိရလဲ
when you don't have meta available.
ဟောနေ
He
ဒု
also
က္ခ
has
ပဲ
an orchid queued up for now. Wanna see if he will
ဒီကောင်နေဒုက္ခပဲ
end up continuing with this?
ဒီတိုင်းဆက်သွားလို့ဆပ်
It
ပ
is
က
quite
ပြေးတော့
cool, and we saw it. This happened a lot around the like Singapore TI with Naga. If you can play these map heroes, you know, Naga with Manta, TV with Manta, and then you get an orchid that can help you get kills. That's great.
He's actually going to go for this roll onto Laurel. Not able to dodge the initial
power shot too.
Stun. Rue coming in to try to assist with the cogs, but it's not enough. XM does get the kill. So a little bit late rotation here from Spirit. Collapse. Looks like he'll find Y, although the Stampede's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Rue takes the tumble under the tier 1 tower. Stampede gives enough distance for Y to get out.
Good sleep.
အဲ့လိုမျိုးလိုက်ချနေမှာတော့တန်
Losing 2 and not able to get really anything out of it.
Oh, just good plays. Just also taking what I would say is a little bit of a freebie. Like Large just being on low HP and XM being like, okay, I'm going to take that one. So just a good rotation to the mid lane. They do take out 2 heroes. They are eyeing a Bach. But without a hook
for the
shot.
heart this time.
Yeah. Do like that.
ဟောဆက်နေတယ်လေ
Very early
That was
Sunder
not
Retorno.
biased.
There's the Mortimers from
Yeah,
downtown.
So it's a very interesting approach. They've never really looked at this bottom lane at all. They keep
အတောင်းဝလေးပဲချိုးလို့လို့ရစနာဘာရစစ်မရှိဘူးဒီဂိမ်းအောင်လုံးတော့ချိုးမလားဟောမစ်တွေပါတယ်ချိုးမလားနော်ဘာရစစ်မကြည့်နော်ဆပ်ပကတော်တော်ကြီးတိုင်အောင်ကြောက်ပါပြီပြင်ပိုက်
I would say is the hardest stage of his game.
ဟောအောင်မလားတင်းနေအောင်လုံးချိုးရချိုးလိုက်
with a dominator. So he can start, you know, kind of cheating interactions in the game, but just pulling waves for himself.
No, me let you in this, and if I have some
After Radiance, what do you want to see on Necro? I mean, as a safe lane, do you go boots of travel?
Always. So Radiance,
then Shard.
travels into Shard, and then you can kind of see, hold that, why is definitely Giga dead?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be
Collapse gets the choppity chop. Radiance is online now. And Shiro looking for his first Reaper Scythe of the game. Won't be allowed it though.
Nice try on the power shot. Well, we've got some of the most satisfying ultimates in this game. I think maybe Mana Void is missing. Like both Scythe and Dunk are very, very satisfying. But yeah, like with the build, it's cookie cutter, at least when it comes to your first 3. You've got the Radiance travels into the Shard. I've been seeing more Manta styles. I think that is quite good. Consecrated Wraps also is one that falls like into this category. I also really think that
Necro really and Taco do a
Necro. You don't build it early. It's like your 5th or maybe 6th item. Because it depends on like the overall HP region you have. So you want like stacks on the side, maybe a hard anti-Aghanims. Super strong.
I mean, will you see Ags without heart? That's my question.
I don't think so. Because it's just way too good. They're like it's the combo. You need them together.
What if you're already 6 slotted? Then you eat an Ags.
Well then, sure. Why not?
Okay.
You'll always do it at that point. As they are not looking for one of their own smokes, but of course, I mean, you have both the offlaners who are kind of playing a very much creeps around, so it's on the rest to make some moves here.
ရပြီအိုးနှကောင်ကြားနားလည်မှုတော့လွဲသွားတယ်ဆိုတော့ဘေးအပိုင်းကြိုက်ထားတယ်တက်ဖြတ်မှတော့ရမယ်သွားပြီအဲ့ဒါရှုပ်ကုန်ပြီ
comes out and that's the safe Yatoro needed. As XM, he's actually going to continue to roll.
တနာမလဲဘူးရာတူကလည်းရွာနေတယ်ဆိုတော့နောက်မှာနောက်က report ဆိုင်နေတယ်
Even though it wasn't the best execution from Vichy, they get the kill they came for.
Yeah, thank God that Shiro came through the gate because honestly there was no real reason to start with sleep. I think it just gives more time to Spirit to actually bring heroes over.
Origasi ဒီနိုင်ငံမှာရှားတယ်မရှိဘူးပဲပြောရမှာ fast copy တော့ဘူးမှမလုပ်ကြ
to collapse onto this tier 1 tower.
Hook shot with the Wheel of Wonder, that's enough.
Okay, yeah,
get the Pango into range
for
the Mortimers.
ခုနရာတူမသေးတော့ဘူးကွာရာတူအဲ့နားမှာရွာသွားတယ်နော်အဲ့မှာမြင်းတဲ့ကောင်လဲလိုက်ဆန်တာလဲလိုက်ရ
The axe as well. So
it is just too forward
gonna get focus fired. Yeah, but they can slow him.
Okay, 2v1.
And he's got a chip vest, so Jinkyu is basically killing himself.
Yeah, gets the call.
Okay, yeah, 2v1 တကယ်ပြချောပြီyou know that.
The shackle at the last moment with the power shot as well. He is getting
တကယ်တက်နေတာကွာ quality ကောင်းလိုက်တာကွာဓာတ်ကောလက်
double kill for Collapse.
နေရောက်ပြန်မေးတာဟုတ်တယ်
Cookie on top of the Necro already.
တော့ရှိတော့ပါတက်လေကွာကောလက်တကွာပြတာအကုန်ရှော
Ult of course. As you can see Collapse from far just getting those battle hungers looking for another chop.
အော်အရင်ကောင်းပါနဲ့အဲ့ဒါကြီးကကောလက်က
And
what
just
the
like that
fuck
it's a 0 for 3.
How does this guy keep doing this?
Yeah,
My
man.
God. But it's also Vichy, you're only 2 supports and
ဘောလေး mandate တော့ physical မိတာကိုပြောနေလို့ဘယ်လောက်ဘယ်လောက် drop တွေကောင်းကောင်းဒီစောတာကြီးကလိုနေအဲ့လို
literally 503 damage.
Crazy. What the hell?
Oh man. I mean that is a huge turnaround. The guy who got
So
absolutely obliterated by like a last pick Necro is standing his ground at minute 14 and like killing 2
ဘယ်ဟန်ကလေလေးနေ
I mean, he played this really well. Like, all the fog
I thought he
going
was
back and
done
forth.
for here.
Yeah, he's also bringing Mr. Pinecone Man over.
Oh, that's true.
Bam.
Not able to get the chop, but kill is all that matters there.
Well, that's
Collapse, very happy with himself. Getting away with murder, he's done that a few times in his career.
Oh, he does it in like every
Ula
single
Jima
how many Aegis steals this game?
1. And that could be 1.
I think he'll get
Because I'm
one.
thinking Radiant.
He has a good hero for it.
ကဲဒီမှာစရတော့ဆွဲနေသေးတယ်နော်မီ
Mr. Larlito here.
ကဲမှာအိစံ
The shackle into the
ဒိုး
shield
လေး
crash, rolling
တ
thunder
ကောင်တော့ပြေတော့ကြိုက်လိုက်တယ်ဆိုပေမဲ့မရဘူးအလုံးဆိုင်တော်တော်ကြီးရှေ့ရောက်နေတာဘိန်းကြီးကတီတူးရှေ့တက်တယ်မရဘူး busy game ပြအရင်ကိုစိုးနေတာကောင်လေးလိုမှချက်ပြီ
Hook shot, very nicely done.
အော်တော့ lower bracket တွေပါတက်သွားတယ် busy game ကတဲကိုဘက်ကရမယ်တဲ့ပုံမြင်တာ
And get chopped to the ground.
Of course,
Yeah,
because this guy has
man.
Dominator, Blink Dagger, Phase Boost at minute 16
Easy.
against last pick Necro. Oh, Amplify Rune.
Surprised he didn't just deny that. Might have to deny his own life to Roche, who's not there actually.
ကဲရတူ
Terrorblade.
Joining the party,
Oh,
we'll get a
sound,
nice little
is
free
he?
kill.
Yep, don't mind if I take that one.
ဟိုလေးထောသွားရောတဲကားတွေရော
And Vichy is still in a good position. You've got
ဒိန်းမှာတူးကန်နေရပါမယ်တပေါက်ပြလိုက်တယ်တတနာနာပြမီးတွေကပေါ်သွားရောမှာ
Essence Ring also quite nice. Looking for an aggressive sleep, but of course with the Dominator, you can just take that off for now. Vichy could definitely look for like a smoke type move eventually, maybe around box lane, because with the Boots of Travel on Shiro, you can always connect. But
ရှီတော့လည်းရှီဟိုပါဟိုပါတုံးပြီးပါ level 2 တုံးလိုက်
Freebie on the support. Now the Mortimer's kiss is right on top of the Necro.
ဝဲပါပြောင်းသွားလာ
Another chop for
ဒီ
Collapse.
drug ကိုအားလေးမာတွေက busy game ကကျုံးနေနေရ
And he is absolutely owning now. Second in net
ဟေး
worth.
ပြီးတော့ခိုင်းမေး
All I heard this entire
ဟေးပြီးတော့ကဲလို့မရလား busy game ကဘာလို့လို့နေမှမသိဘူးအရင်နှစ်ကမှဆိုတာတကယ်မှန်တယ် comment တွေကတယောက်ပြောလို့အရင်နှစ်ကမှ fight ပြီးချိန်တိုင်းရှုံးပါပဲဆိုတော့ fight ပြီး busy game က
just defy like the whole game. They're not supposed to be up 4k gold. He's not supposed to be higher net worth. Okay, being higher net worth than Necro is fucked up. This is illegal and not okay. I can show you 20 other games where this thing happened and the Necro has like 5k
ကဲတော့ခုနည်းနည်း trend နေတဲ့ပုံစံတော့ပြန်ဆော့ပြီเนาะတန်တော့ဟတ်နေ
skill. This is just raw skill and good team play coming out.
Collapse too good. Root will find another target. This time it is.
မင်းကကောင်းအကောင်နဲ့မဆိုင်ဘူးဆိုဒီကောင်က network တွေကောင်းတာမျိုးတို့ဘာလို့ဆို
TP should be fine.
ဒီလိုတွေကြီးရတယ်
No level. Oh,
He does have a level in batter. So
Now, whatပြန်ပြသွားတာ
looks like maybe he wasn't.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Or maybe you
trust-
forget that you have that spell because
You
it's
might.
not even a spell on the hero anymore.
Because you don't take it until it's minute like 17 and a half.
Which makes me really sad, by the way. I think that's one of his cooler spells.
Well, I saw it earlier max by some clockwork and they lost horrendously, so apologies, it's just too good.
Yeah.
Oh. Kobold
nice little
man.
random kobold there.
ဟိုမှာဒန်ကာနဲ့တောင်းရှောင်နေတာ
Story
ခလာ
of this game as
ဟုတ်တ
another
ယ်
chop for collapse.
ကဲတော့ဘေးဒီတစ်ခေါက်မှာတော့ကိုက်ခွင့်တော့ရအောင်ရတယ်ဆိုတော့နော်မီ
Box is there.
ကတူးလေးတော့ကဲပေးထားရတယ်ဟုတ်တယ်ခလာကတ်ထွက်မလား
Not
အော်
looking into his eyes,
ဒါ
but
ကရိုး
there
ပါရ
is the Reaper side.
okay. While he's
Finally,
dead, he
that's
can
a
play-
7x kill streak.
I mean, yeah, and they need that one. At least while he's dead, he can play the Kobold. So it's
Still
all
big
good,
game,
even
yeah,
though you're
still
technically
one,
not dead. Not a benefit of buying Helm of Dominator.
Yeah, very good creep to get.
ပြီးတော့နှစ်ပွဲလုံးကျွန်တော်လုပ်ဖို့တကယ်ပျောက်တယ်အိတ်ဆန်နော်အိတ်ဆန်မက်ကပါတယ်လို့တော့မခံရတော့ဆရာကြီးကွက်တပျောက်ချက်
Look, Shiro's even TPing over. They don't like little Johnny boy.
Don't think his name is Johnny.
Oh, his name is Johnny. You don't go out
အော်
with
လူ
this guy?
သေးသွားတော့အောင်လိုက်
James
တော့
Keith the Bull. No, that's sorry, that's the Ogre Bruiser.
Okay.
What is that guy's name? He has a name.
Good story.
He has a real name.
ဒီစားနေ
Pick it
တယ်
up later when
He's not an artifact though.
ခရီးကိုတာဝန်ရှိပို့လိုက်
I'll have to think about this. Get back to
ဘာ
you.
လဲလောက်ကွက်တယ်ပဲ
Let's
Keep us
talk
surprised.
about
Who
the
got first blood
artifact.
this game?
Okay, not me. Boxing himself up.
Yeah, power shot's gonna miss. Another nice cogs with the whip to follow.
these guys
A
are
lot of
so
annoying
annoying.
spells.
အော်ဘိန်းကလိုက်စေးထိုးနေတာအဲ့ကောင်ဘာဖြစ်ချင်
Talk about what spells they're using, but they get the hook shot from Rue.
အော်
He
ဟဲ့
actually gets out with a TP. I thought he was dead for sure, and now
Ah.
Rue is getting a
ဘယ်ဒီကိန်းလဲတကယ်ဟာတာသိကွာလီမသိသွားဘူးတဲ့နော်မီ
kill. Kill incoming. Attempted TP. That's a cancellation.
Ah, they're all so
That's how you
low,
do it,
ah.
says Spirit. They are styling on Vici.
ကဲဥပါနာတယ်အဲ့
what they're doing
ဘယ်မှာကြာဘလို့ကြီးလွတ်သွား
pressing
တာ
the
အာလက်
buttons
ကွာ
and like moving
Oh,
around
he's an
to
idiot.
like, fog them is actually out of this world right now. And to Buddha, he's got the
မသိရင်တော့ဟာဖြစ်တယ်လို့ပဲ
Yeah,
ငါ
why
ကွာ
Please
not
do.
me?
Please do.
He's gonna do a drive
That's
by
what they all
on
did,
the
though.
Tormentor with the Wheel of Wonder. Oh man, these guys are good. This is why you gotta love watching this team. Doesn't matter if it's at minute 5, 15, 20, or in the late game.
Yeah. Gonna get a nice pine cone here once the fog. There we go.
ကေးအန်တာဘယ်လိုကေးအန်တာတော့ဒီပွဲရ over ဘောက်က99လောက်ဖြစ်နေပြီရှင်နေရ
Actually, that
ဒီကိန်းမင်းတော်တော်ကြီးအဲ့လိုကြီးကြီးတာခေါ်မှလာဖြစ်ဘာလို့နက်ဂရိုဒီနန်ဝေါ်နေနည်းနည်း
So it's
ကြီး
all
တွေ
good.
ရအောင်
so it's kind of meh.
Okay အေး
For Vici.
ဘယ်ဒီကိန်းမင်းကတော်တော်အချိန်နေဆုံးတယ် my friend တို့နော်နောက်ပွဲတွေကံမှုတာစဉ်းစားတာဒီကောင်
Maybe
တွေ
in a future update,
Where you steal
you can
heroes?
steal a spell
That's good.
without Rubik.
Yeah,
You can buy it in the shop, like 10,000 gold. You get
Spell
skill from the other team.
Oh, you choose one.
I could see that.
Sounds like some ability draft garbage.
That's right. Blink
Okay.
dagger now up for Laurel.
So
Yeah.
if you're Vici, you still have a very farmed Shiro on the Necro who's eyeing up a BKB, so he's doing good. You don't have a blink dagger yet, which is a bit of a problem. Like neither
ကဲတော့ကလက PKB မှာတက်တော့
have it available. So you should be waiting for, I think, at least one of them to kind of change the state of the game because they have no real initiation yet. They are still very strong, but they're just getting outplayed on the map currently by Spirit.
နက်ဂရိုအေး BKB မပါဘူးကွာနက်ဂရိုက
Shiro pops the smoke. This is the double.
ဟူရှောနော်စနာဖာယာဆက်တင်ပြတ်ပေးရအောင်
Another potential kill on a core with the help of the Mortimers, and they get it. My goodness.
နော် response ကတော်တော်
Dude,
နောက်
they're
တော့
absolutely destroying this game. Well, Laurel gonna try to block XM, but the Rolling Thunder goes right through. Still pretty healthy. XM
he's
not
got
doing
Soda
that well.
Fragile,
He doesn't really have any
yeah.
backup either, so he has to roll away. Feels like a lot of these I mean, he needs Aghanim Scepter super
he
bad.
does.
It's
They all
coming relatively soon for him.
Yeah, they all need quite a lot of things. They need the Pango Axe and the Centaur Blink Dagger, which I believe
ဟုတ်တယ်ငါမကြည့်ရဒီနေ့တော့အကောင်းဆုံးပဲဆောင်းအဲ့လိုစီးသက်သေးကြတည်မှာပြီးမှဆိုတော့ပြီးအမားမရှိအဲ့လိုမျိုး
They're just honestly playing the map very, very well. Using the heroes nicely.
ဟုတ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဆိုချိုင်းတော့အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်လည်းဘယ်ကတစ်စလောပဲတော့ပြီးတော့နောက်ပိုင်း SE နဲ့ level တန်းလောက်ပြီးပြီးတော့အမေဒီနှစ်ကသူတို့အိမ်ရှင်ဖြစ်သွားတော့တည်မှာ Israel လို့အသိမျိုးလည်း invite ကြီးပေးလိုက်တယ်ပြီးတော့ slow လည်းနှစ် slow ပြီးတော့3သိန်းဖြစ်
Tor shows up to take out this tier 1 mid. Shiro is like, okay, never mind, I'm out.
ပုံမှန်ဆိုရင်တကင်းလောက်ပဲပါ
The thing is also even though
Israel လည်းဘာမှ invite ပေးကြမလို့ပြီးတော့ participation တွေဒီ separate တွေကိုကြော်ပြီးတော့
and it's not just like behind its 2k deficit to a TB.
A rare misspell there from Rue.
Stupid mud golems.
Yeah, I have to say, out of any game that we've cast so far, Rue and Not Me have owned more than any support duo I've seen.
This support duo is ultra clutch. And it's like not just the team fighting and like the stuff together, it's also all the moments where they're individually somewhere here or together as a duo and just like bailing each other out perfectly. No, Collapse has his BKB. Yatoro has a pike available as well. Multiple crossbows, also very, very nice against the Radiant draft here.
And we're seeing several BKBs now, so one for each side just picked up. And the fact that Collapse has it,
is under attack.
gonna add insult to injury. I mean, is this not, I guess,
Oh,
this is
Joe, me,
not
how
the
me?
type of game is gonna hold that thought. You have a
Chiro,
team fight incoming,
mắc tiêu
Reaper
hao
Strike,
hao
not
ấy.
to take out, not
BKB
maybe.
và chỉ xích đi vào
Shiro
đâu
not
đi
able
rồi.
to get the kill he was looking for.
Cái
Has
nó
the
mèo
BKB
mèo
and a
rồi,
stand
tao nó
just
đến
to
lèo
retreat. They've lost their
đi.
Wind Ranger as Collapse with the help of the knives will be able to chop down yet another kill, a double for Collapse.
ဟိုရောက်ဒီရောက်ဖြစ်နေတာ VDK ဆိုင်မှာ
Going back in and now getting slow.
Yatoro's going ham.
XM.
အိဆိုင်မှာရှောပြီးတာ
Have to be careful. They have a lot of physical damage. He's just
Oh,
going to get
totoo
chopped as
piat.
well as Collapse just will not end. And the
Wala
feeds
matay
are
wala ako
immediately
din.
canceled. That's 4 dead now for Vici. As Shiro
ဒါပါပြီဒီကောင်းရင်ခေါ်လိုက်ပါတော့ဟေးဒီကောင်းလေးဒီအချိန်မှာတော့
He's gonna join
ရှ
the
င်မ
rest
ချ
of the
နိုင်
team
ဘူး
in the
ဆို
grave.
တော့
It's a
တော်တော်ကြီးစိတ်
full
ဝင်
team
စား
wipe from Spirit. And they are in charge in this game number 2.
Yeah, they did the same thing last game. At some point, they're just ready. They play a team fight very nicely, and they fight for 0U. Like it looked like.
စိုက်နေကြီးကိုမရှိတာကွာ
Not
ဒီ
even
gamingက
kicked
နော်
out of the
ဒီ
cushion
drop
right
ဒီ drop
before
ဒီ
the
ချိန်မှာ
Central
နေ
Stomp hit him. So sure it did, but he created a little bit more distance, and even like Collapse gets a very nice call in the back. And yeah, at this point, it is very difficult for Vici to like try.
အဲ့မှာကွာနော်မီမသိပါဘူး
Like it's just
ပန်ကူကလည်းဘယ်ရောက်လို့ရောက်တယ်ပန်ကူကကြည့်အောင်ဒီကောင်တွေဘယ်တော့ဆိုင်နေပန်ကူကအခုမှလာနေတာဒီကောင်တွေ၄ကောင်နေရောက်သွားအဲ့လိုဘာတွေလုပ်နေမှမသိဘူး
Like not me
ဒီ
just
မှာခုန
staying
ပန်ကူတော့
barely
ဘယ်တော်ဆိုင်လို့ပေါင်းနေဒီကောင်ပန်ကူကအခုမှပြန်ရောက်လာတယ်ခေါင်းနေစီ
the role coming out from XM, but yeah, at this point, it's all.
တော့
credit to Spirit.
communication တွေအောက်အဲ့လိုမျိုးနားလည်မှုတွေလွယ်တယ်ဒီချိန်မှာ
Yeah, they have played on another level this game. Jinkyu's always happy. I
ဒီကကွာတတိယချက်ပြရတယ်
completely destroyed.
ရုပ်လေးလို့
Not a happy guy.
There's just some players you gotta love. I think that
Absolutely.
both GH and Jin Q rank quite high up on that list.
Yeah, that's true.
Always cheerful, always kind.
Usually we have a lot of negative Nancy's like
Oh,
myself
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
God knows how many players.
Like 90% of us.
That's right. I wouldn't say you were a negative one though.
I'm a pretty tame guy. Takes a lot. Takes like playing with swindle melons or something.
Oh, Collapse. Another initiation onto XM. With
Oh,
the cookie
okay, okay,
nightmare
I'm
saved
not
for now,
sure.
but the chop is still there.
ဒီပွဲကတော့ over ပဲပွဲရောကြည့်ရမယ် over လောက်တော့ပွဲကြီးကတအားပြောက်
Gets a double kill, and that is
ဆယ်က
Culling Blade number
ဟောနေ
9.
GG ခေါ်ရမယ်တင်တာပဲ
The
BDK မြင်ပုံ
armor
နေ
harvested so far this game.
Yeah, this guy would have been a problem with 0 stacks, and he's got 9 of them.
So now Shield Crash does nothing to him. Windrunner never did anything
Oh, Wind
anyway.
Ranger was
but-
already killing herself by hitting him.
Dire are scanning.
Let's a Bloodthorn on
Oh,
Yatoro as well. Yeah, it.
ကရှုပ်လို့နော်ရတော့ဘယ်လိုတော့မှတော့လောဖားရတွေပါရမလို့
You BKB it off, you're dead in half a
ဘာစ
second.
ကားတွင်းမှာပြတ်
Also means that Roche just dies instantly, pretty much.
Who do you think the best duo in the history of Dota is? It can be any positions. Because I'm trying to figure out one better than Yatoro Collapse.
Well, Yatoro Collapse is one. I think you probably need to put like,
No Tail Seb?
yeah, like No Tail Seb or like Jarex Thompson or Ana +1. Something like that I think is also something you can put in there.
But yeah, this duo is standing the test of
Call
time.
like- call
It's
it
for a
time,
long
yeah.
period of time as well.
maybe ရတော့ဖြစ်လောက်မယ်ရတော့သိမ
OG
သိ
was, that period was like 3 years.
Oh, I mean, they were
This
just
is much
completely
longer.
owning. I mean, there's others too, but I guess then you're like going like very far back into like history. Could also go with like some, I don't know, I'm a big fan of Zai. Like I think even like some Puppy Zai combo. I
ဒီ
think
မရတော့ဟောကွာ BDK မြင်အောင်
definitely should have won a TI, I think.
ခုနနားရလည်းနားလိုက်ပါအသက်တွေလည်းကြီးကုန်ပြီ
This
ကျွန်
one, so
တော်ဆက်တော့ပါ
shout out to you.
XM.
Oh.
Oh my god, what? The damage
Don't
from
it's
the
so
Bloodthorn
wild.
somehow was enough. Reaper Sight
ဘော
not
ရဆိုင်ကိုလည်းအဲ့လို
quite
သုံးလိုက်တယ်မရတော့ဘူးတင်းက mandate တော်ထိနေပြီ
That damage did not
The
look
game, yeah.
real from the Bloodthorn.
I mean, that he must have gotten Bloodthorn from like full HP down. You know, like he was literally full HP when it was used,
Under attack.
and it probably was like a near perfect kill.
That's dirty.
Yeah, just like look at it. It was.
အင်းတို့ကဝဲလုံးထိုးနေဒီကောင်အိတ်တွေကတိုင်မင်းနေပူသချင်းနေ
20k lead at 28 minutes.
Scanning.
Yeah, Spirit
Well,
control.
to
Have the ages for Yatoro. He
Hero
can
ကျွန်တော် high ground တော့ဘယ်လိုမှချလို့မရဘူး report side ကလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးပိုဆိုးသွား
Another game. I mean, I think he had a pretty good game this time around, though. Just the support duo for Spirit, just playing better.
Honestly, just outplayed. Like in the mid game with a lot of the movement and some of their own kind of plays didn't really connect as it should. And I think like an insane overperformance from some of the Spirit players. You talk about the support combo, same with Collapse on the Axe, kind of a criminal performance, if you may say so, on his Axe here. Looks like they may just cleanly wait for some of their next items. Got a BKB coming out on Yatoro very soon. Should pair up with his meta cooldown. We'll still have the Aegis available, and then you can knock up on the high ground again. And best way for Vici to fight. You do have the Agnes on the Pango, but he is lacking the Blink, which of course hurts your team fight quite a bit.
You know, I'm just looking at the lineups now. This is such a bad Bane game. How do you ever get Fiend's Grip off?
There's
so many stuns. You have box save.
Even the box, you kind of can't. I think you're playing on like going around in the fight and like sleeping your core hero while the fight is going on to like try and take out the Axe, perhaps.
Then you have Yatoro who can just unsleep himself.
Yeah.
It's a tough one for Bane.
Likely, if you're Vici here, you're gonna try and think about a defense where. Or maybe forcing out a meta, prolonging the fight, and then looking to play after, or smoking around. You don't really have any other options. I think defending from the front at this point won't grant you anything.
Yeah.
You need something big or you need to go home. Because if you just wait and chill, you're not gonna win this game.
And now the high ground will commence. Yatoro not using the meta.
Aegis ကလည်း2မိနစ်နော် Hello. Oh, basta. Step ပြပြီးတင်နေဒီဘက်မှာ short. I'm a low for me now.
70 seconds as Bach not able to get fully chopped, but he's dead as well. So 2 without buyback, and Spirit can do whatever the hell they want now. They get the taunt onto the XM Pangolier. That's all 3 cores. From Shiro as Spirit again domination.
No, I am not.
ကဲအဲ့တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ PC game ရတော့တကယ်ကျွန်တော် party vision separate တို့အရင်ကျန်းတဲ့ကောင်တွေနဲ့စောလိုက်လို့ပဲကိုရီးမြန်မာဖြစ်မလားတော်ကြည့်ရဆိုးပါလားဒါမှမဟုတ်သူတို့ကိုယ်တိုင်ဒစ်လေနေရလားတော့မပြောတတ်ဘူး PC game အနေနဲ့နော်လုံးမတော့ရှင်မစောနိုင်ဆရာကြီးနေသူတို့ဝဲလုံးကျုံးကန်နေရတာတော်တော်ကွာကဲတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီနေ့OG ပွဲတော့မပြတော့ဘူးဒီနေ့ကတော့စောလေးပြန်အိတ်လိုက်မယ်မနေ့ပြန်ကြရင်တော့ကျွန်တော်နောက်ဆုံးနေ့ပြပေးမယ်နော်နဲ့3နိုင်ခွဲလဲတက်လာခဲ့လိုက်မယ်ပွဲကောင်းနေဆိုရင်ကဲအဲ့တော့ထုံးစံတိုင်းကျွန်တော် win နဲ့တူလာပြီးတော့ဒေါက်တာဘောတွေကြည်ပြီးတဲ့ပေါ်တာတွေ thank you ပါကျေးဇူးအများကြီးအားလုံးပဲကျွန်တော်မနေ့ပြန်တွေ့မယ်เนาะ Esports ကပွဲတွေနဲ့တူ bye bye guys